A channel lights the calm relay. Stories unfold in the softest sound. In the night watch, we're tightly bound. A cozy vibe whispers through the stream, like drifting slow inside a dream. Conversations linger late and free. The night watch is the place to be. Hang out here beneath the glow, where time moves gently, hearts all flow. Secrets shared in a soothing tone. The night watch feels like home. A laugh, a thought, a quiet tale. The night breathes slow, we set our sail. Through every chat and every laugh we weave a stream, a timeless path. Stay while the stars are bright, each word a spark that paints the night. Connection deep, it soars and sings. In this space, the heart takes wings. Hang out here beneath the glow, where time moves gently, hearts all flow. Secrets shared in a soothing tone. The night watch feels like home. Hang out here beneath the glow, where time moves gently, hearts all flow. Secrets shared in a soothing tone. The night watch feels like home.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Night Watch.
Good
if it's afternoon or morning or wherever you may be, it's evening here, and it's evening for us. So hello, Scott. Hello, Mike. Thanks for joining.
Hey, hey.
Let me be here.
And we see Katie and Tilting, Windmill and Phantom and Jackie. And Jackie was here early. Hello, Jackie. Stop the Stupidity. Hello. Good evening. Phantom says, the not atheist guy responded to your comment. I think he was being unironic in the comment. Yeah, I saw it. I told him groundbreaking information telling me that an atheist doesn't believe in God. And yeah. And Stop the Stupidity, showing some love, so much love, dropping 5 captive desk memberships, and you know what that means.
You rock, let's rock with the fire in our veins. Rock on till the skies, till the thunder and rain. All hail Bigfoot, the legend, the king. He walks among shadows, the wild spirits sing.
Hello?
What is that? What is that?
I don't know.
Weird. So what did Mother Loving Christian, where did Mother Loving Christian respond to you?
The video I just made about groundbreaking information that he's not an atheist because he believes in God.
But did he respond on your video? Comment?
No, I don't know. I think I commented on his video.
Oh, on his video. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we've got,
Oh.
let's see, Apostate Sisters received a membership. Brojo's got a membership. Duff Freak has got a membership.
Now I'm
Dog
curious about what that guy said.
and Nitty all got memberships. Thank you very much. Stop the Stupidity. You rock.
Yep.
Yeah, the Tilting said, or whoever it was, I thought it was Tilting. It could have been someone else. Said that it was he was unironic in his comment to you, and I don't know how you could be unironic.
Unironic.
Ironic
I don't know.
in that, because I mean it's such an obviously stupid statement. Well, let's just say I don't know how the guy thought he was making any kind of point at all.
Well, there is a little more to the video, but all he's saying is that I believe in Jesus, I believe in the virgin birth, I believe it. So there was no point in just running it all. He's not an atheist, and it's like, yep, we got that. Let me see. I got. Let's see. Here it is. I said I commented groundbreaking information, and Mother Loving Christian responded, I do what I can with some kind of emoji. Is that happy hugs or something? I don't know. Something. Yeah, it's groundbreaking information. So if you haven't seen my video yet, sorry about the noise there. It was almost 90 degrees here today, so the windows are open. So we just have to bear with it. It shouldn't be too much traffic this time of night, but every once in a while.
Again? What general state?
Myself?
Yeah.
I'm in Ohio.
So it was 90 degrees in Ohio today?
Yesterday, too.
Yeah, because it only got up maybe in the 80s today here down in Texas, which I would expect to be hotter.
Something blew in, and then it's supposed to go back down, back to down 80 or 75 or something. But, yeah, it jacked right up, and, I mean, you're kind of unprepared, because the other day I had, long pants and everything on, so yeah, it's like rude. It's like, and then I remember, oh yeah, I guess that can happen this time of year. You forget, same thing in the fall, you put off turning on the furnace, it's the same way. You just, you don't want to accept it.
I spent a little time in Ohio in the winter, though, mostly in Cleveland and Columbus. In Columbus, it snowed, and we couldn't go to work because we couldn't get out of our hotel because the snow drifts had glued the doors shut. And I was like, I want to go back to Minnesota. This Ohio weather is too tough on me. It was just too hard for me. It was horrible.
It has. We haven't really gotten anything with the climate issues and everything, because I think this year we had to shovel a little bit, but like the previous couple of years, I don't think we shoveled hardly at all.
Yeah.
And that's odd, because I grew up here, and usually there's snow on the ground all winter.
Lots of snow, yeah. Yeah, we've had less snow. But didn't Ohio have a river that started on fire? Was that?
That was Cuyahoga in Cleveland.
Yeah, isn't that great?
That's when they.
That's a badass river.
When they took pollution seriously, is when water caught on fire, and they was like, "What do we do now?"
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a song about the Cuyahoga. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've had our own problems around here. We've got the lake, and we've got rivers and everything. And so there's always some kind of issues going on. And when the farmers get too happy with their fertilizers, then they get a bunch of algae out in the water, and that's a problem. So.
Yep.
But I see Jen in here, and I see John in here. Good to see you, folks. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. Jasper's in here. All the best folks stopping through. Stop the Stupidity. Dropping the emojis. Scott dropping emojis. Drop those emojis. We have emojis. We have the best emojis. We have answers in atheism on toast emojis. We have Bigfoot emojis. We've got the best emojis. Enjoy the emojis. And if you'd like to join in the fun, you click the join button down there. You can get in for $1 and you get your emojis too.
You know, my consumption of toast has increased ever since the Answers in Atheism toast emoji came out.
Yep.
Documented. I think I might have a spreadsheet here with that data on it.
I've been trying to be nicer to my toaster. I had a club sandwich the other day, and I really appreciated the perfection that my toaster achieved for my sandwich.
Oh, they do have a
And-
way to pay.
And
Oh,
yeah. Oh, you figure it out?
yeah, they have a add credit or debit card. It isn't only PayPal. So
Right.
I could
There you
actually,
go.
yeah. But I still don't see a button for getting free gift memberships. I don't see it anywhere. I don't know. Oh well, this technology stuff way beyond my old mind. You know, can't do it.
Yeah, I still, learning my way with a lot of the stuff. So,
Oh, I got to promote Deacon Burden and I tomorrow at 9 a.m. in the One True Zone. Are going to talk about the brain diagram that he graciously purchased for me, and we're going to possibly talk about materialism in the brain. And we're going to go over some brain stuff tomorrow.
all right. First thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning,
When Mike
I'm
is fresh.
still awake. Yeah.
And I see our friend Brett is at it again this evening. Something about her evidence for evolution, bring it, or something like that thing she's got going on.
Oh, she's doing it tonight. Tonight? Really? She did it again?
Yeah, she's on again tonight. She was on Friday. She was on Sunday with her brother. Evolution Party. Wait a minute. Evolution Party. You're invited. Bring your evidence. And she's got a hat on in her picture. Party hat.
Evolution Party. Okay. Is it on Evidence or her Evidence channel or
Examining Origins.
Examining Origins channel? Okay. Yeah. I gotta go check that out. Oh, there it is. Oh, she got a party hat on.
Yeah, she where's it at?
Who's Howard F? He's the one that usually argues with her, right?
Yeah, he called Donnie. He's the one I told you called Donnie Deals a liar.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's him on the bottom there. And
Yeah.
Max, I've seen Max before. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and he throws facts at Rebecca and they just kind of slide off her face.
Mm-hmm.
She's not smiling tonight. Why isn't she smiling? She's usually
I
smiling.
don't know.
It's not really considered refuting something if you just don't acknowledge that it exists.
Right.
If your response is just to be real still and hope it goes away, you're not refuting.
Yep.
That guy, I'm pretty sure he's the geologist. The one that
Okay.
was on the bottom there. Yeah. And
Yeah.
yeah, he called out Donnie and a couple other folks who so they're not telling the truth. So,
Yeah.
and speaking of not telling the truth, let me ditch this one here. We have one of the experts at not telling the truth and being an embarrassment to his degree and everything. And a lot of you may know his name already. It's Jason Lyle.
Oh.
We got Jason pulled up here. Make sure it's up on there. It's up on there. Everybody's up on there. All right, and we got to switch over to here. There we go. There we can still see some chat. There we go. All right. So I love this video here, and you'll see why pretty quick.
Does the creation versus evolution issue really matter? Well, it really does. Because
Okay, it really does. Okay.
Does it?
you see, the Bible teaches creation, that God created, he did it in 6 days, and so on. But if evolution is true, then that means the Bible is wrong.
Well, thank you very much, Jason.
Really?
I really appreciate that. I mean, he's doing the work for us. All right, keep going, please.
Or at least it can't be read in a straightforward fashion.
See, maybe it's
Literally.
not literal. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Maybe it can't be read literally.
Maybe.
And some people would say that. They would say, well, the Bible's true, but it doesn't really mean what it says. Well, then in what sense is it really true? If the Bible doesn't mean what it says in Genesis, how can you trust that it means what it says on how to inherit eternal life?
That's a good point. I mean, it could just be more mythology.
Well,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's how can it be true if it doesn't mean what it says? You know, things are metaphorical. There are truths, you know, that are conveyed poetically with imagery and symbolism and things like that. That where the author intends for it to convey a truth, and not always just their truth, just a truth they think that people can derive about the world around us based on that symbolism and imagery and metaphor. No, it's not a historical kind of thing. It's literature, and that's how literature works. Things could he's has a in this spot, or he's setting up a very narrow definition of what truth is.
And somebody said, "Who is this?" This is Jason Lyle. He's an astrophysicist and a young Earth creationist, and he bounces around from different organizations. He's worked at ICR, AIG, and he moves around.
He's only got 52 subscribers on this channel?
Oh no, I don't know. This is just a clip, is all. So
What's that?
what is it? I don't know. Let me see what it's from.
I'm on his channel and it says 51 subscribers, 10 videos.
Yeah, creation versus evolution, 51 subscribers. Yep.
Yeah. So did he just start this thing or what? What's the deal?
I don't know. There's no description or anything, so
No.
no comments. There's no nothing. So
Biblical Science Institute. What the hell? I don't know. Any Jason Lyle.
This artwork here is Ken Ham style artwork, though.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. Well, you probably know. This is his style artwork. So, and I've seen other ones that use the similar artwork. So he must license it out or something, and they use his slides or whatever. So whatever it is, this is somehow connected back to Ken Ham, and it's got his artwork in it.
Does God really know how to communicate, or doesn't he? That's what it comes down to. Biblical authority is at stake. There's another.
All right, biblical authorities at stake. I mean, he's playing high stakes. He's a couple times. This is important. It matters absolutely. Motorcycle.
Ooh.
All right,
Ooh,
that's
I
how
like
nice
that.
it is. That's how nice it is here. Somebody's
a
got
good
the
sound.
bike out. You know?
That was a good sound. Yeah.
Another issue that people
So-
often fail to consider, and that is the issue of what is the origin of death. Now, if evolution is true, then death has always existed and is really the process by which organisms have evolved.
Yeah. Dying is not evolving. I don't know why they always say that, you know?
Yeah, they like to
Because
focus
people are
on the
afraid
death.
of death, and if you can say death a lot of times and associate it with something you don't like, then you have the propaganda win.
Hey, Jay's in the chat. Hello, Jay. Good to see you.
I don't think death is required for evolution. Just, reproductive variation or whatever. I mean,
It's a Ken Ham
Yeah.
thing. They
Right.
say it a lot that evolution is a religion of death, because you have to have things dying to have evolution. And it's like, well, everything dies anyways. I don't see what they're trying to,
Yeah, and
it's
hanging a guy on a
silly.
cross to get yourself saved isn't exactly all life and rainbows and cherries and stars twinkling in the sky. I mean,
Well,
a religion of
okay,
death,
like
a flood.
what if the Garden of Eden had, what if they had not eaten the apple? Would they have gone forth and multiplied and be fruitful? All the animals and all the bacteria and all the humans would have, without death, they would have just had children for, wouldn't they run out of food?
Well, it's a magical garden, so I don't know.
Oh, they just keep producing bigger and bigger, taller and taller plants, or whatever. I don't know. I think they'd run out of food without death. So death is, not necessary for evolution, but it's necessary for life.
And biologically, a lot of us understand that once we reproduce, and depending on the species, if you have to raise the young to a certain age to take care of themselves, then yeah, you do become disposable at some point, right? Your biological functions have wound down, and a lot of times older folks have a harder time conceiving and everything. All that's kind of winding down, right? And it's kind of a cruel thing, but it has nothing to do with evolution, because you've already reproduced, right?
Yeah.
So whether you live forever after that or not doesn't really matter once you've reproduced, as far as evolution is concerned.
In any event, death was God's idea, according to them, not evolution's. So God was the one that thought death up, right?
Well, Yahweh likes it, right? He likes
He likes it.
The animal sacrifices, and then the human sacrifice in his own son. Yeah.
In the entire, not genocide, but life-acide, when he killed everybody except for the zoo boat.
The magic zoo boat story, tragic, tragic indeed. All those poor folks.
What are Jason Lyle's credentials? Does he have any?
Yeah,
is he a lawyer?
No, he's an actual astrophysicist type thing. One of those degrees.
That one.
Some kind of physics degree. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one who did the one-way speed of light thing.
Okay. Yeah. So why is he talking about evolution again?
The stars could be, have reached us instantaneously, so you don't need the billions of years that the size of the universe indicates.
Yep.
And he's making the rounds that he predicted that everything that the James Webb Space Telescope would find, and everybody else was wrong, because they're finding fully formed, aged galaxies or something like that, which they're not. That's misrepresenting what they're finding. And something about there won't be certain elements or something, and but that was something else, that those elements were already known to be there. So he's taking credit for something he didn't really do, and just kind of repeating some obvious things that, if you go back further, they're probably going to find galaxies of different ages, right? And that's what they were doing. They were finding some older ones. And he says, well, see, this proves something. I don't know what, but somehow that proves, evolution's wrong or something. Yeah. And hey, Blaster, how you doing? And what else was in there? Hillary's emails is in here. Good to see everybody. Good evening, good morning, good day, wherever you're at. All right, he's got one more shot. Let me see here.
On the other hand, the Bible teaches that death is an intrusion into a world that was once perfect.
Oh, no, that's again something, that's a Ken Ham thing. The Bible doesn't say the world was perfect. God saw it as very good, but God sees a lot of odd and strange things as good
Right.
too, right? So, no. If correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that the Bible doesn't say there was perfection. It said that God was happy with the job God did, was good enough, right? So the bottom line is, I love this video because right at the beginning, and throughout, he pretty much said, well, if all this science is correct, then the Bible can't be trusted on anything else. And it's like,
Yep.
You can trust it for literature and moral stories if you want and stuff. But they're scared because they know if they accept any of that science, then they have to say Magic Zoo Boat, Garden of Eden, all these things were mythology, and they don't want to do that. Very, very badly.
And God being a good communicator, when was the last time we heard from God?
Well,
Did he come to you?
it depends what prophet you listen to, right?
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yes, most of them these days seem to be worried about that God somehow made Trump the prophet, or things that are on Fox.
No.
Yeah, things that are on Fox News.
Or an anointed one, which means Messiah.
Yeah,
anointed one,
that's
yeah.
what the prophets of God seem to be really concerned. Well, God seems to be really concerned about, because he's talking to the prophets about Trump and Elon and everything. That's what I see when I check on the certain ones that I follow. So, and of course, Troy Black. Yeah, Troy Black gets. He gives groundbreaking prophecies too. Things like the wind may blow tomorrow. God spoke to me.
It's
And
gonna rain.
He's got a huge channel, and the chat's flying by with all these amens and everything. It's truly disturbing. His prophecies. I did a video on him once. He made an NFL prophecy, and I said, "Oh, because I watch football, right?" So it caught my eye, and the prophecy had to be by the end of the season, right? And usually these things are open-ended, right? They could happen in 1,000 years, right? But this had to happen by the end of the season, right? So I said, okay. And I even went through playoffs and everything, right? I gave him every bit of the season possible to Super Bowl, right? And one of the things was big about Green Bay. Well, Green Bay didn't go to the Super Bowl or anything. And then there was supposed to be this Hall of Famers coming out of hiding and revealing some truth or something. And I was like, I didn't know any Hall of Famers were in hiding. So it was pretty much a bunch of nonsense. And you know what? He gave me a check mark. Troy Black gave me a check mark. So you know what I did? I responded with the thing, and I said, hey, fair use. I only used a couple clips. I commented on it. So they took it away, and I was like, all right, good. So,
Okay.
and but Troy Black, he's a whiner. A little channel like me, he tried to give me a check mark. Shame on you, Troy. Shame on you. It's God's word. Aren't you happy that I'm spreading it around? Speaking of somebody, go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, I
No, you
posted a
go.
link to a interesting video that I started watching today and didn't finish. Why religious people can't convert atheists. It sounds like it may be worth a listen, but it talks about the two kinds of believers, or two kinds of almost two kinds of people. Believer people and atheist people, and the differences between them. It sounded promising. Maybe we should give that a listen later. But anyway, we'll see what you got.
Elbows
Well, what
up,
about
elbows up,
people
Ali,
who were believers and then became atheists? How can that be that there are two? two different
Well,
times.
you kind of have to change your mindset considerably to go from one place to another. But they were talking about how, the Christians are trying to convert atheists, and these are the reasons why atheists are not going to convert to their side, basically. And it started out with fear of death and things like that. And I thought it was interesting. It's some psychology channel, Cold Reason it's called. I don't know what kind of channel it is, but anyway, I thought it was interesting. I want to listen to the rest of it. Dying for a lie.
Ollie's here, elbows up, Ollie, and I hope you're in a safe place up there. We're getting a lot of your smoke down here, so
yeah. Stop it,
and everybody
Canada.
else up
We're
there, yeah, everybody.
Yeah, we apologize. We're sorry. We're sorry about
We're
Trump.
sorry, and be safe up there. If that's coming, get out. Don't mess with it, right? Be safe.
They said
right?
yesterday Minneapolis was the most polluted city in the entire world, I guess, with the smoke we had from Canada. We could barely breathe there. I was choking. It was horrible.
Everybody be safe, and if you're in one of those areas, make sure you heed the warnings and everything. Don't be going out and whatever you got to do to protect yourself. And somebody else you got to protect yourself from is this individual here I came across. And let me see here.
Yeah, if Canada doesn't knock it off, we're going to put a 50% tariff on that smoke.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Does the creation versus evolution...
All right. Get off of there. Remove that one. We're done with that one. All right.
Deja vu. Oh,
Yeah,
shit. What the hell? Oh, my cat.
Is that snack causing trouble?
That was Loki. It's Snack's birthday today. Snack is 3.
Oh, yeah? Happy birthday to the gato.
Happy birthday to Snack. Yep.
And hey, Ryan, if I didn't say hey, good to see you, Ryan. And see, John, is that the other John? We got 2 of them? If not, hey, John. I know sometimes different Johns, hard to keep track. It's good to see everybody here. My window's only got a couple chats in it, so try to follow it. Good to see everybody. And yeah, we got the little chat thing up on the screen now, too. So StreamYard's trying that out. So good little extra little thingy there. So, hope you all having a good one. So yeah, this so we got this guy here. Hold on. Let me I gotta fix this because otherwise the thing's in the way. All right. Yeah, this there we go. All right. This young man here's got it all figured out. And he's where's Dane at? Dane would really like this guy here. Or this person, I should say, whatever. Anyway, Sunglasses here has got it all figured out. And you got to give this a listen. I hope Dane stops by. Dane would love this, but anybody see Dane anywhere, let him know. He's got to check this video out. All right.
Atheism. Atheism is the idea that there is no God. Essentially, when you die, you return to non-existence as before you were born.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Except for a couple pounds of elements that.
Well, he could have stopped at atheism is the idea that there is no God, because what he said after that doesn't necessarily follow. You could be an atheist. I don't believe in God, but I believe in a world soul. And we all return to the world soul, and we're in bliss, and maybe we get reincarnated into another multiverse, maybe back into this universe somehow. You could believe that and not believe in a God. And so, anyway.
I don't know.
But we ought to let him listen. We ought to let him continue.
I don't like judging a book by its cover, but I just called in an anonymous tip to the FBI to check this guy out because he looks like he's on the verge. I want to know what weapons he has.
He seems to be a little tense.
He looks a little bit, yeah.
Just a little.
Nothing happens. But there's a problem with atheism, and that is that it's false. It is
Oh, okay. It's false. All right. Well, that was easy.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
rationally invalid.
Rationally invalid. All right. Prepare yourself. Rationally invalid. We're irrational. Ready, folks. All us non-believers, brace yourselves. The believers, you got believers out here this evening. You should be overjoyed. Here it comes. We're going to be proven irrational.
It is impossible for there not to be a God due to
Oh, it's impossible for there not to be a God. Okay. That's a good one. How about if it's impossible for there to be a God? Right back at you. Did you think about that? Show me
your work. Yeah, show me your work on this.
We can play this. All right.
the nature of existence. There is a God, but it's not a bullshit Christian God.
Okay.
It's not a bullshit Muslim God.
Okay. You're very tense.
What is it?
Everything in existence is God. I am God. You are God. The blade of grass over there is God. The cloud in the sky is God. Your house is God.
Wow. Farm out, man.
It's all God.
It's all
it's God all the way down. God all the way down.
What about the toasters? What about the... I didn't hear toaster. You might want to talk to Wayne.
Everything in existence is God. Everything in existence is just a different mathematical expression of sinusoidal waveforms.
Sinusoidal waveforms.
Sinusoidal. Sinusoidal?
Isn't that a sine wave?
Sinusoidal. Yeah. Sinusoidal.
So he's into the vibrations thing or something?
The vibrations, right. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the vibrations.
Okay, Dave, you really
are feeling them?
You're scraping the bottom of the barrel. This guy has one subscriber. I think it's me. Or is it you? I don't know. Okay.
Oh, come on.
He's kidding. He's
so
he's got one subscriber.
I think he scares everybody away.
He's got 18 videos and one subscriber. He's got 2 playlists.
Well, maybe we can help him out. You know, folks, you're feeling generous. You know, maybe
subscribe.
Maybe drop him a sub. You know, let me see. Where's it at?
Ordo. His name is Ordo.
His name.
Really excited.
You know, I'm gonna drop.
No, Dave, I am the one subscriber. I was the first. I just subscribed. I am the only one he's got.
All right. Well, I just dropped him on there, so we're gonna help him out there, and hopefully he'll relax a little bit.
How did you find him?
Thank you very much. Outside with the fireworks. All right.
Is that what that is? Wow. What are they celebrating?
I don't know. That it's hot out today.
It could be a homicide.
No, I heard all the sparks come down.
Oh, okay.
Okay, where were we at?
Homicide is just a more convoluted homicide.
No, that's more like bat, 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 bat. That's
I'm dying to see his reasoning here. The reasoning is going to follow now, right? Okay.
Yeah, it is. Here we go.
Which can be characterized by Euler's formula. And so atheism...
Euler's formula?
Euler's? Was it Euler's?
Euler's?
I don't know what the hell he said.
What the heck did he say? Catch that again.
formula. And
Wait a minute.
atheism.
Formula.
I got closed. Okay,
Brilliant.
here, wait a minute. Let's see if it'll show up in here.
Hold up.
Different mathematical expression of sinusoidal waveforms, which can be characterized by Euler's formula.
Euler's formula. Euler's.
Euler's formula?
Yeah, EULERS. Euler's formula.
And what is that?
It's a formula. I don't think it has anything to do with God, with what he's talking about. But
It's
But,
math.
yeah.
It's a
According
math.
to Copilot, shall I read?
Sure, I want to know what it is.
Euler's formula is a fundamental equation in complex analysis that establishes a deep connection between exponential functions and trigonometry. It states, and I'm not going to read all that. There's a Euler's number, there's an imaginary unit, there's a real number, and it uses cosine x plus the imaginary number.
Sin x. Yeah.
Sin x. So blah, blah, blah. The equation is often considered one of the most beautiful in mathematics because it's elegant links 5 fundamental constants.
Right.
E, I, and Pi, which sounds almost like a line out of Old MacDonald Had a Farm.
Yep.
I'm getting a Deepak Chopra vibe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or what's the other one? Our favorite, Bernardo. I don't think he's met Wayne. I don't think he's. I don't remember him mentioning time, but let's find out.
And so atheism, once again, the idea that there is no God is false, rationally invalid,
Because of
Because
some
Euler's?
math formula, because of trigonometry.
Because of sine, cosine, and EI, PIO.
Oh, you know those.
E-I-E-I-O.
You know those things where the preacher comes to touch you and like on the forehead and slams you and you fall on the floor.
I'm glad
Well,
you finished that sentence the way that you did.
Oh, okay. In every college class or math class, when they start, they put the formulas on the board. There's always one student in that class that does that. It's just like Euler's formula, boom, and he's on the floor. It's like, I just saw God, and then he runs out of class, and that's the last you ever see of him. And then he starts a YouTube channel, and he has 1 subscriber.
2 now. He's got 2 now.
Well,
Somebody want to help him out? Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. We got him 3. Ryan hooked him up. We got him 3 subs. There you go. He'll be top of the algorithm now by the end of the night.
he's got 117 views on one video. Was that you, Dave? Did you watch this 117 times?
It might have got it stuck. Yeah. And
how the fuck?
You know how those shorts keep replaying?
Right.
I might have walked out of the room.
Well, he's got 1 view and 3 views on all his other videos, but
4.
I don't understand
we got him up to 4. Look at that. I mean, can we help somebody out here?
We got 4 subs. Yeah, 26. He's got 125 views on rationalism versus atheism. I know why. The philosophers are like, what? They're like, what? And they go over and click on it, and they're like, that.
He's got 25 more seconds. So
what?
Get ready. Here we go.
Quite pathetic.
Aw. And then you had to get kind of rude. We were just helping you out. I'm
going to unsub. I'm unsubbing right now.
Now we're all pathetic. Well,
now
I guess that's
all unsub.
We've been called cockroaches and everything else here, so it's all good.
It really is. It's pathetic.
Oh, you're doubling down?
It really is.
Dude, come on. Pick the vibe up a little bit. I don't know why you're so tense. I really don't, but maybe he's nervous.
And we need to get rid of it.
All right.
We need to move away from it. We need to abide under truth. One nation under God, the absolute, everything.
Whoa.
One nation under God. Okay. Mike,
This boy has a manifesto written down
Mike,
somewhere.
Yep, he has a
Mike,
manifesto.
you called
yeah.
it. You called
Yep.
it.
I called the FBI.
Yeah, folks with the dark glasses, if you're covering this, here's
Okay,
another fellow
everybody-
dark glasses.
Okay, Dave and
Just
everybody
kidding,
out in chat,
kidding.
everybody out there in chat that's subscribed to him, let's all unsub now. And you'll get all these messages. So and so subscribed to you, and then it's like, wait a minute, I still have 0 subs. I'm like, I'm unsubbing
man.
right now. He's rude, man. I'm unsubscribing. So
Uh,
everybody unsubscribe.
Yeah. All right, we got to unsubscribe now because he was rude.
Unsubscribe, everybody.
Now, see, you're going to have to try better, and we'll come back.
Yeah, he called us rude, man. We're unsubbing.
Thing in existence. We are God. You are God. Euler's formula is the underlying foundation of everything in existence, and so it is.
Ooh. It is a nice little
Ooh.
mathematical tool.
That's a cool little ending, though. Euler's formula is the foundation of everything in existence.
Yep.
So it is. And so it was, my dude. And so it was. You know, we were trying to help you out. Really, we were. And we were with you. We thought it was pretty cool. I don't know why you had to get, with the pathetic thing. I really don't. I mean, we could have just,
Yeah.
conversed about these ideas. And again,
We were going to
Dane-
make it. Yeah.
Dane, this is totally Dane stuff. He needs to talk to him.
We were going to make his channel huge,
I know
Now-
you were going to blow up.
He's going to blow up, right?
Yeah,
Now he's got
Katie,
he's still got 2 subs out there, so come on, guy,
Uh-oh.
unsub.
Katie's. This is Deepak and Jordan Peter
Rolled into one.
with the sun thingy or whatever. I had to take that thing out of last week's show. I had to take the clip out of there because somebody that's got that Jordan Peterson thing was giving Dave a check mark. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Everybody else is covering that Jordan Peterson crap. And that Peter guy, he
Well, how the hell did he get
I'm
away?
going to leave the sun off the end of that.
How did he get away with covering Jubilee if he was worried about copyrights? I thought
Somebody told me Jubilee does that. They're jerks or something. I don't know. I didn't want to deal with it, so I just deleted it. I said, fine, I ain't gonna argue with you. So I just deleted it out of there, and I had adjusted the title of the video that I had to edit this because of being pissy about the Jordan Peterson clip. I'm like, really? That was really. Anyways, where did you? I don't know what that is, Deconverted Man. You talking about this one here or the?
he's got one on evolution too. That ought to be a goodie. Evolution methods.
Yeah, I did leave a comment on this. It was nonsense. That's what my comment was on there. Deconverted Man. With the context of upper core, subliminal. Oh my gosh.
Evolution methods.
So
Oh,
what I
Deconverted
can tell
Man.
is that Euler's formula is a way to express exponential functions in terms of sine and cosine.
Yep.
That's all.
And it's proven. Yeah, it's a really neat thing with series. I mean, it's a real deep mathematical truth, but it is pretty
I can
cool.
see where that would be useful in like quantum mechanics because they do express, like angles and things like that in turn, because of a spin. So I don't know.
Very useful in calculus.
It's fundamental in electrical engineering, signal processing, and quantum mechanics. It's used to analyze circuits, waves, and oscillations where sinusoidal functions naturally arise. So he's saying, dude, trigonometry, God.
Very deep, hawkish. I think Katie and that was agreeing.
What's happening with deconverted man? Oh,
And he's way too tense. Yeah, we were, well, the video earlier, remember I told you, you and Deconverted Man both left your comments on my video that was, feeding along with the humor of the video. And yeah, so Deconverted Man spreading it around onto this person's channel too.
Yeah. That was a pretty deep video, all in all, that you did, and I had a deep comment, deep comment for you. I could have kept going. I kept making it longer and longer, and I'm like, I have to stop because I'll turn this thing into an hour of talking about Captain Obvious. Celtic Spirits Coven has joined us. The atheists are still preaching their dogma. So religious. We are religious, but we're a very spiritual bunch when you get to know us. The deepity. The deepity is deep here. Deeper.
Hey, Celtic Spirits, I mean, seriously, you got to help this person out when we just covered here. They're way tense. I mean, some herbal tea or something, maybe you could hook him up. Be greatly appreciated, really. He needs to relax a little bit.
Gummies. Needs gummies. Mushroom gummies. Yeah. Mushroom gummies. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Next, we got one, and this here we can actually maybe have a little discussion about because it's kind of an interesting thing. So I thought, you know what, we'll throw this in, see what everybody's got to say. So, you folks here joining me, chat and everything, chime in your answer here, and we'll see what we've got to say on this one.
If animal death is morally okay, is animal suffering morally okay?
All right. Is animal death okay and suffering? Now, see, there's a thing about the suffering thing and death. Maybe distinguish them a little better, but let's see here. It's basically, is animal death morally wrong? So, it's, I don't think it's really worded well, right?
Because obviously it can involve the same thing. In my opinion, it is morally okay.
What?
Because
animal suffering is morally okay. Does he? Okay, I'm calling. Okay, I got to call a different department this time. Let me look the number up. A different government department for this one.
Yeah, that's why I don't like. I don't
got
like
a bunch of puppies.
I don't like the wording at all. The bad wording, all of it. The title of it, everything. It just seems to be totally worded very badly.
Okay.
You see, we tend to project our personality onto creatures, but if we are created spiritually, there is no one there in an animal.
See, now you're sliding downhill.
Yep. I am calling animal control on this guy because he thinks it's okay to. He thinks it's okay to torture puppies because they don't have a soul.
Yeah, Mistreatment. Now, well, I think there's the argument of eating animals and stuff, and then of course animals also eat other animals. We all are animals eating other animals, and whatever your diet decisions are, that's fine by me. But the suffering thing, though, it's talking more like suffering, like you're making it suffer intentionally is what I'm getting from him. Or
that's what I'm getting.
I think Alex O'Connor's talked about it before, where the animal's got his leg stuck in a branch or something, and it can't get out, and it's going to starve to death, and all this cruelty type thing, suffering. So I'm not sure on what he's exactly trying to dance around. Maybe it's anyway. A couple more seconds here.
And how C.S. Lewis put it in the Narnia tales, if you've read any of that.
Oh, okay. We're gonna go to C.S. Lewis fiction
That
book.
asshole.
Okay. Well, the Narnia books are cool, you know. Fantasy.
Oh, yeah, they're cool. But, yeah.
Was that in Narnia it was okay to eat ordinary animals, but it was certainly not okay to eat the talking ones.
Oh, so if you teach your animal to talk, then you can't eat it?
You can't eat it if it talks. So parrots, you don't eat parrots.
Don't.
That's for damn sure. Because they got souls. Yeah, they got souls.
This is getting worse real fast.
Because the talking ones represented, if you like, creatures that had a spirit that were like people.
Oh, okay. So you can eat everything except for people.
So who is this guy?
I have no idea. It says says Clive Thorne for the channel. I don't know if that's his name or not though.
Yeah.
Now, Dave, that last guy, the way the last guy looked, he should have been on this audio, right? Talking about torturing puppies, right? And then we all would have dialed 911.
Now,
We combined the two.
Yeah. So again, there is a thing there. You know, there is the argument of we are animals. Animals eat other animals. Then there is the thing of that we can also though decide not to because we're at the point in society now where we can get nutritional requirements from other means, and there's also the pros and cons of things like hunting, thinning out herds and stuff so they don't starve and avoid suffering, and taking them down, with a one shot, humanely, those kind of things. So it can go on and on and on. But ultimately, the suffering part, I think, would be, just an animal that also gets diseases, it gets its antlers stuck in some bramble or something, and suffers and dies without the so-called normal lifespan or whatever that's supposed to be, right? And interfering with that, right? But otherwise, what do you think it's just worded bad? I mean, I don't think he accurately described. Is he talking just about that we can do whatever we want with animals because it's okay, or is it?
It's kind of what he said.
It slid downhill, right? So anyway, no, mistreating animals. They're obviously, if you're raising farm animals, they're going to become food, right? But there is no reason to abuse that animal. I mean, it's giving its ultimate sacrifice, so to speak. To give you sustenance and everything. A life of misery for them is just plain wrong. I would say, just wrong. I mean, what an insult, right? I'm going to treat you horribly and then I'm going to eat you. It's like, at least treat him good, right? Yeah. So, anyway, he went downhill fast, and I didn't
I don't like him.
I didn't like him the more I watched it. All right, so you know what? You're gone. Let's see. Oh, here's a classic. Atheists have more faith than I do. Sounds like a Frank Turek thing.
I kind of agree with that.
If you believe there is no God and that everything around us, all of this happened by accident.
Oh, Mike, there you go.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, except for the accident part. But I believe atheists have more faith in complexity and nature and the cosmos than Christians do, and that's and you have to have faith to be an atheist. So I'm okay with that. What's his argument? What's his point? Why is he? What does that make atheism wrong?
More faith than I do. I believe there's too much intentionality built into the universe.
There's intentionality
Oh
built
yeah,
into the
where did that
universe.
come from? Yeah, give me a bottle of that stuff and let me analyze it.
And
Intentionality
intentionality, I mean,
with a T.
yeah, what kind of a word, intentionality for what, you, that we're special type thing? That's, I know I wouldn't agree with that.
Yeah, then there's
Creation.
intentionality with a T, and then there's intentionality with a Danny. With a weenie.
Is too
Intentionality
complex,
with a weenie.
and the human heart is wired for spiritual transcendence. Those things, I
The
believe.
human heart is for spiritual transcendence.
Yeah, especially when
There
it
you go.
stops. Especially when it stops.
If your heart is properly wired, you can go transcendental. Is that like higher than 5G or something? I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, that's higher than 130, I think, or maybe two. I don't know.
We got here.
Dr. Nate Landis. Oh, I got to look this guy up. I need to research this one.
We got, who's in the chat here? We got Henny in here. Not triggered, just disappointed the intellectual dishonesty of the new atheists. Well, I don't give a crap, really.
What the hell's a new atheist anyway?
I'm an old atheist.
I mean, is it? Yeah,
we're all
is it
old
like
atheists.
is it something new that we should be aware of?
We're old here.
Yeah, I'm an old atheist myself.
We got grays.
Okay, Dr. Nate Landis.
Yeah.
Are clues to us that we were made by a creator.
What? That's it?
I don't. That's all he's got. He's not very good.
That creation is too complex, and the human heart is wired for spiritual transcendence.
Things are too complex, and our heart is wired for spiritual transcendence. Well, that's a bunch of nonsense.
Top video on his channel. Jesus' message for teenagers. Going to public school in the USA. No.
He's doing a lot better. Dr. Nate's got 300 some subscribers, so he's doing all right.
Yeah, he's got a PhD. In what? He's got a PhD in, buddy. Bullshit.
I don't know, but I gotta.
He's a CEO and founder of Urban Youth Collaborative. Okay, so he likes the kids. I hate that when Christianity that happens with Christianity. It scares me. I help make authentic Christianity plain, relatable, and accessible for people of all ages that want to bring their honest questions, doubts, pains, hopes, and dreams to God. I'm subbing to this guy. There we go.
Hello, Robin. Good evening to you.
Sorry,
what is this? Saying I lack belief in deities is no different than saying I believe in deities. Both are mental states that have no empirical basis. So I disagree. You can compare it to anything. I compare it to saying you can fly. Okay, if you say you can fly, and I say, oh wow, that's cool. Let me see you fly. And then you say, well, I can't show you. You just got to believe me. I can discount it. So that's just basically as I see it. So anything else, like Mike mentioned earlier, or Scott mentioned earlier, we can all believe in different things and still be an atheist. An atheist is we're just not accepting these arguments for the God. But you can have an afterlife, you can have crystals, Bigfoot, whatever you want. It's all good. Atheist just is the thing that I just don't believe you because you said you could fly and you couldn't demonstrate it. So that's all. Maybe you can fly. Maybe you can only do it in secret. Maybe it's I'm not seeing it and you're actually doing it. Any of those things, okay, I'll grant you all those possibilities, but I'm still discounting it until I'm convinced otherwise. And if God wants to talk to me, God can get a hold of me. We're here live a couple times a week.
He's got my number.
In fact, God has stopped through the chat now and then, and it's always good to see God. But I haven't heard anything like that from God so far. So we'll see. So let me see. Okay, it's got a couple seconds.
Those things, I believe, are clues to us that we were made by a creator.
Yeah, and that's okay. So okay, that was terrible. I'm glad I'm glad I covered that. It wasn't. It was really terrible.
What would Jesus say to a kid going to a public school in America? What do you think Jesus would say? I think he would say, "Do your homework, mind your teachers."
Now this one here, this is I wanted to do this one because this fella here I gotta agree with. He's saying something to believers, and I think it's a good message. So I will give this a listen here.
This next one.
Yep.
Do you know that hurtful experiences from Christians are part of the stories of nearly half of all atheists and agnostics? This is why, for the life of me, I don't get people who just try to argue people out of atheism. When atheism or agnosticism is a result of deep emotional pain that was caused by someone they thought represented God, all the arguments in the world won't put a dent in that atheism, because it's not a belief that's intellectually held. It's a belief that's held at the emotional level. And
I say he's straight shooting. It's like, hey, you these people are hurt, and then you're trying to, talk crap to them. It's like you hurt them, right? So it's making a good point. I like the point.
Yeah, but the only problem is he saying that this is the case with all atheists, that they've been hurt by the church or hurt by somebody religious? Because that certainly ain't my situation.
He did say half, but then he just based his entire statement as if every atheist was hurt.
Right. Nobody hurt me at the church, so I had a really good pastor. He didn't hurt me when I was a little boy, and
he touched you on your shoulder, so everything's okay.
He put his arm around my shoulder. He did put his arm around me, but that was a very fatherly thing to do. He was not doing it in the biblical sense. So.
It's not what their brain taught him. It's a lesson that pain taught him. And if you don't address the real issue, the hurt that led to the abandonment of faith, they'll continue to resist even the most brilliant arguments you can muster. It is possible to heal and move beyond the damage.
Okay, now see, yeah, that's where it kind of went, okay. See, they actually have these awesome arguments for God.
Brilliant argument, brilliant.
Yeah, but as they're not working on
the Big Bang.
Yeah, they're not working on the other 50%, right?
Yeah.
So even if they're not working it, and they're generally, obviously there's been people that have been terribly harmed by religious cults and everything, and it's horrible.
Yeah. Hey, I think Robin wants to join us.
I'll get Miss Robin a link.
Well, this guy's interesting. He's more interesting. He's also got a website, an org.org, springcreekchurch.org.
Yeah.
Maybe worth checking out.
Is it an actual church or is it his YouTube church?
Might be an actual church. He seems like an actual preacher, doesn't he? Doesn't he come off like that? So far, I haven't called any government agencies reporting him for anything. But the other guys, they're
I
had to report them.
I sent you a link on Discord, Robin.
How do you do that?
There's God. See, here we go.
Oh, God's here. Thank you.
See, we were just speaking about God. I said, hey, God stops through the chat now and then, and there's God. See, right? God answered our prayers. Thank you, God. We were just speaking about you. Good to see you. We're not going to ask anything of you.
No, I will. My shoulder still hurts from that fall I took. So come on in here, John. Come on, I want to talk to you. Ibuprofen ain't working anymore.
Hi, Robin. How you doing?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coming in.
Loud and clear.
My headset sometimes is iffy.
You sound like you're from Texas. Are you from Texas?
I'm not. I'm from Kentucky, Mike. Kentucky.
Well, in Minnesota, they all run together, and we call it all Texas down there. I'm sorry.
Well, Kentucky is just slightly a less shithole than Texas.
Okay.
Sorry, sorry, Dave. I didn't mean to cuss, but no.
Oh, I do it all the time, Robin. So don't worry. I can't help it. Dave knows that. I have Tourette's.
Yeah, well,
everybody knows this. Yeah, it's a church in Garland, Texas. That's what the Spring Creek Church is.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I just have a potty mouth.
Yeah, so I think he's totally discounting. Again, not. I feel for that 50% that are emotionally don't talk to him about atheism or anything else, but his great arguments haven't convinced the other 50% of the atheists either. So,
yeah, he said that we didn't hold that position for intellectual reasons. So, I feel like that's sort of like dismissing us, like we're just mad at God.
Yeah, dismissive.
He's trying to take that 50% and stretch it to 100, isn't he?
He's gaslighting, I believe they call it. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah. And a lot of people were harmed by Christianity, but they later on continued to study their this, and so they may not just be atheists because of the harm. That may be just the reason they started questioning the faith.
Yeah, because the whole idea about the harm is, okay, God will help me. God, where are you? I need some help. Oh, I have to help myself. Oh, you're going to help me if I help myself? Okay, let me enter all these self-help programs and find some bootstraps to pull up myself by, and then you'll help me, right? God, where are you?
Where are you?
That's how the process works.
I mean, one of the reasons why I left or started questioning my faith was because of the harm the church did to other people. It wasn't necessarily me, but I've seen the harm that it was doing to other people, and that's what made me question my faith. But now I feel like I hold my position from an intellectual for justification. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unlike this dude.
Well,
he looks like Santa, kind of.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a fine fellow. Of course, we never, we're poking fun here, and we don't mean anything personal. These folks, we don't know these folks. They could be fine folks. The other one, the one about kicking the puppies, though, I'm not sure about that guy.
No, I don't like him. But this guy, he's probably okay. He's probably a good guy.
Yeah,
he looks like summertime Santa. So.
But I almost guarantee he doesn't have a really good justification for his belief.
Yeah.
Well, we got another one. We'll give this guy a try. This guy's from Christ Community Church, so we'll give him a try here. See what he's got. Let's see. This is a shorter one. So here we go.
To become a Christian is to reject the agricultural goddess, to reject any false god or goddess. So much so that in the first century, they would sometimes refer to the Christians as atheists.
Yeah. See how that works? I mean, at least a little tiny light bulb maybe going off over his head, right? Right there. I mean, they start off these videos and they catch me because right off the bat, I'm like, well, aren't you getting the hint? Right? Yes. There's a lot of religions, right? And I think we lost Robin.
Oh.
And yeah, at one point, I believe it was the Romans were calling the Christians atheists because they didn't believe in their gods. And so, yeah, obviously, if you're following a god or a religion, you are kind of rejecting the other ones. I mean, it's another Captain Obvious moment, right?
Yep.
And you say, I thought that's the exact opposite of what a Christian is. And from our context perspective, of course it is, but there was so many
See,
different...
there it is. See, from our perspective, of course that's ridiculous because we can't be atheists, right?
gods and goddesses being worshipped, that as a Christian, once you started to deny all those gods and goddesses, your neighbor would say, you mean you don't worship all these gods and goddesses? No. Well, you don't. You're an atheist. You don't worship all the gods.
See, there you go. What's the, isn't it Ricky Gervais that said, I just believe in one less God?
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
Robin.
Hello,
Yeah, so
I'm back. I had to drop.
That's all right.
My receiver was having some trouble getting some information, so I had.
Hey, Azzo, how you doing? All hail Bigfoot.
Hi.
Yeah, Hemi's having discussions here. Little more than I can keep up with there, but folks are, I guess, back and forth in the chat covering it. So hope you're having a good discussion. It's a lot for me to read right now, but yeah, go ahead. I mean, it's all good. Yeah. So yeah, no. How do we sum this up? You're whiff, right over, just right. I mean, right over. They're totally missing the point of, yeah, how many gods that you don't believe in, right?
Yeah.
So it's not such a great leap to have one more, but I don't think he got the point. It probably never will. So you know what? He's gone from the list. So let's have some that's a little more fun. This guy here was always some fun. So here we go. We got ancient prophecies that are coming true right now.
Good.
I'm going to share with you Bible prophecies about the second coming of Jesus that many Christians are unaware of. The Bible says that...
Uh-oh, he's coming back. He's always coming back.
that Israel must be a nation before Jesus returns a second time. On May 14th, 1948, on a single day.
Ooh, on a single day, they declared it. Well, how else would you declare it a country? Would you declare it a country over several days?
Over several days, yeah.
I mean, at some point, it was declared, and that was that day, right? It's in a single day.
And they've been killing each other ever since.
Well, and don't forget what preceded kind of the whole world helping Israel out was World War II. I mean, you're kind of leaving out where, God was kind of, don't take the wheel on that one, right?
Israel was officially declared a nation again, and this is seen as an extremely important sign of Jesus' second coming. The Bible says that...
Okay, well, he ain't coming. That's 1948. So, okay, if that's supposed to be a sign, then how open-ended is that, right? So this just goes on forever and ever. It's been 48, that's what, 52, 70 years, okay?
Yeah, but the temple's got to be rebuilt, right?
Yeah.
Well, perhaps he chose the Newark airport to arrive at, so maybe that's a problem.
Yeah,
and the cows? The cows,
you gotta
like
have the
those
red
big
heifers.
cows?
Oh, they got
Yes,
some red heifers. They got some. Somewhere in Texas, they bought some red heifers and they sent them over to Israel. So somebody over there's got some red heifers, just in case.
They need red heifers?
You need red heifers.
Why? What's
sacrifice
that about?
Yeah, for a sacrifice to bless the temple thing or something like that.
Can't they sacrifice black heifers like Angus? I mean,
L.A. Marzulli was covering it. Yeah, that the heifer, you got to have the heifers, and there's already things in place, and there's an organization that wants to build the temple, and now they're trying to skirt that instead of rebuilding it in the same place, which would be a big problem because the Dome of the Rock is on top of it, that maybe they could do it they could rebuild it in another place and still have Jesus show up somehow. But then it's the Jews that are doing it, and then I get all confused because then it's the Messiah, which isn't Jesus, and I don't know. Anyway, but you got to have that first.
I just realized what we did wrong. We used to sacrifice black heifers, black Angus heifers, all the time to our dinner table. That's what we did wrong.
It's all your fault.
We needed red heifers.
How you doing? Good to see you, Simos.
I don't know if they had black Angus like cows back then, did they?
Yeah, no, they didn't have black. But we used to sacrifice black Angus to our dinner table. But if we'd had some red Angus, Jesus would be here.
I feel like black Angus is probably an American breed of cow. I
think it might be. I don't know.
Yeah, specific. Well, because it's like hardy, like to live on the shrub, the out west.
Are you saying we have shitty shrubs here?
Well, like they just like there's a different diet. You know what I mean? Like there's more of a
made the cows.
I don't feel
made the cows a different color.
No, but they bred them like for certain things. I don't know that the color is as much as like the
the real short and stocky and strong as shit.
They steer with the huge horns and everything and stuff too, don't they? Yeah.
Texas Longhorns.
That's the one.
They started out in Scotland as Aberdeen Angus, and I believe. Well, I have to wait here for ChatGPT to tell me. It's thinking. It's working hard on it. Anyway, there they are. Black. Yeah. It traces back to Aberdeen Angus from Scotland. Developed from naturally hornless, mostly black cattle. So that's where it came from. Yep, all the good beef comes from Scotland.
And God's here is saying, and lo, I said, let Simos Funk appear. And looked, and it was good. Hello, Simos.
Hello. Yeah, look, I hate to come in and correct Mike straight away on something biological, but I think you'll find those cows were originally from pantomime. That's how they started out.
From where?
Pantomime. Two guys in a black suit that mated with a cow in Scotland because they have very little.
Okay.
And
that's
that's sorry. How that happened. Yeah.
Well, thank you for correcting me.
The original cows, they come from pantomime.
Yeah. Okay.
Jin thinks they bred the trees or bred them in front of redwood trees. That would be biblical.
They painted a stick all black instead of striped. They colored the stripy bit in.
So Jesus is going to come back since 1948. We're still waiting. It seems we're always waiting for Jesus. So
we're waiting for the red cow.
What's next? Alan's always entertaining.
The red cows are Herefords, I think. Herefords. So those are red. I know a heifer and a Hereford are two different things. Like a heifer is like a cow that's not had a calf, but a Hereford, Heref, like it's a breed of cows, Hereford.
But they got white on them. They got white on them.
It's pronounced Hereford. It's pronounced Hereford.
Not in America, it's not.
It is not. It is.
This is America.
H-E-R-E.
America. We're in America and we'll pronounce it Hereford.
Is that a different type of cow, Robin, isn't it?
It's Hereford.
Okay.
In America.
Okay. Hereford.
Yeah.
I'm going to look
Hereford from America.
Oh, Hereford. Hereford. Right. I see. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, the temple and Israel has to be a nation. Okay, that's
Hertfordshire. That's Hertfordshire,
1948.
by the way.
So we're good. All right, let's see what we got next.
That before Christ returns, there is going to be a rapid increase of global knowledge.
Oh, okay.
What? Okay.
Well, we're
Everybody's
safe.
gonna have more knowledge. But yeah, that's. I was just gonna say that they want the experts, so-called, that they cite that the information is doubling or whatever exponentially.
Yeah,
it's available, but like we've seen, though, people aren't accessing it. So I would disagree with how much it's growing. The accessibility, yes. How much people actually know, I don't think so.
Yeah, we're safe.
Human knowledge doubled every few hundred years.
What does that mean?
Now, experts.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Doubled.
Yeah,
Are
I
you
know.
talking about
Yeah,
population?
how do you
are
double knowledge?
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Also,
And
just
none
to say, I prophesize that this guy is going to talk total bullshit till the end of this video.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if the prophecy comes true.
And I just want to say that, like, most of that knowledge, probably none of it came from God.
Yeah, well, yeah, you had the Enlightenment and everything, and there's a lot of knowledge being spread, and people seem to really be into now. Somebody pointed out the other day there seemed to be a big craving for it, especially with the Cold War going on, that, we wanted to have all the science and everything, and people were interested more in science, and it's kind of waned lately.
So there is a
we'll
red
get back to
Angus.
it.
Oh, there is a red Angus?
Katie Dotson says there's a red Angus. So I don't know. I'd like to see that.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, I know. Yeah, we breed them with Herefords. I know that. And you end up with,
Hereford.
yeah, Hereford in America.
Hereford.
Hereford. Shut the fuck up, Silas. It's Hereford.
Damn. Somebody speaking English. Oh, damn it.
How does it grill up, though? That's what I want to know.
Oh, it
We don't
drills up
speak
fine.
we don't speak the King's English, though. See, that's what the difference is.
That's the difference there, yeah.
Okay, let's see what he's got next.
Estimate that our collective knowledge is doubling approximately every 12 hours.
Again, no, they're talking about databases being built or something. I don't know where that's the only thing I figure is where he's getting those numbers.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good number. I don't know.
Maybe AI. Maybe AI.
I think he spent
AI.
I think he spent too much time on Pornhub.
They are with everything going on. They are building a lot of data centers everywhere because you need them to accommodate everybody and all that's going on, like what we're doing here right now. I mean, you have to have that, but that's not pumping it into somebody's brain every 12 hours. That's just people are watching cat videos. How much are you getting? How much are you getting pumped into your brain, right?
Although, to be fair, that was I think that was a film with what's his name? Neo from The Matrix was in. What's his name? The actor.
Oh shit! No,
it's on the tip of my tongue for a minute. Tongue for a moment there. Well, anyway, he did another film where he became an information smuggler or something, and
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. There we go. Thank you so much. Yeah. And that was a good film. And he had his information doubled, but it was very dangerous for him, apparently.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it's
just to point that out.
Red Angus. Yeah, Red Angus. Herefords are a red cow with a white face. Holsteins are the big black and white cows used in dairy farms.
That's what I call Holstein milk.
Holstein milk.
Yeah.
And Jackie
says I like Guernsey milk better.
Sorry, I think you'll find that's pronounced Holstein milk.
Holstein.
No, it's not. No.
Dave, will you throw him out of here?
It's Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
There's like
Jackie says a purifying ritual. Yeah, that's they need the heifers for the purifying of the temple and everything. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say there's 5. I think like 5 or 6 types of dairy cows. Yeah, but Holsteins are the most popular.
Guernseys are good.
Guernseys are
like red cow. Yeah,
and Guernseys make really rich, like buttery milk. Yeah, it's yellow, like a golden color.
Yep.
We're calling BS on the doubling knowledge every 12 hours thing. It's utter nonsense.
And then there's then there's Scarlett Johansson used 11% of her brain, or 10% of her brain, then 20% of her brain, and then 40% of her brain on Lucy. Remember that?
Some people have never accumulated any more knowledge in 2,000 years.
Yeah, they did.
And people are still reading the same book.
Same book.
That's right.
They've been reading one book.
One book club.
All right. Well, he's halfway through and he's bottoming out.
Matthew 24, verses 4 and 5. Jesus told them, "Don't let anyone mislead you, for many will come in my name, claiming I am the Messiah. Many false prophets will appear and will deceive many people, even God's chosen ones."
Well, I mean, that's a gimme. There's always all these prophets out there. PROFITS.
It's a good thing it's a family show. It's a good thing it's a family show. I had a dirty joke right there off of that, but I won't tell it.
That's
Well, my question would be, so how do we know that Jesus wasn't one of the ones deceiving us?
Yeah, exactly. It could have been a false prophet.
Technology has changed everything. Through the internet, for anyone with a computer or a smartphone to reach and deceive millions of people with the click of a button, Jesus warned us.
Uh-oh. Is he talking about us?
No, he's talking about himself.
Yeah, it could be him.
Yeah.
It could be him. He could be the false
be
prophet. He has a phone after all.
And if you want to talk about reach, I mean, we've all seen it. You go to these Christian channels, and they have huge channels.
Look at the number of views. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just that Troy Black guy, or I mentioned earlier, with his goofy prophecies he puts out, a big channel, with lots of amens. They're all loyal followers and everything. Yeah, there he is. Way more than what do we got? Let me see my thing here. And we got 14 people. We got 14 people watching, and except for a couple of people stopping through the chat, we're non-believers, so we're not having this terrible impact that he thinks we're having. Although I do appreciate it in a way that I have such a power.
But what I like about it is they're on YouTube, they're making videos, they're on their phone or their computer, spouting anti-science most of the time.
This Alan guy does a lot of these goofy videos. I've seen him around, so usually somebody else has covered it already. Yeah,
God didn't give us the internet or the computer or any of that stuff, but
no, that was a gay atheist. So there you go.
Yeah,
I don't think you should be using it, Jesus person. How about that?
In Matthew 24, verse 9, you will be arrested, persecuted, and killed. Being a Christian can cost
when is that
you
happening?
your life.
They're getting arrested and persecuted. The poor Christians.
Oh, no.
Not in America. Not in America.
I love the way he says arrested and persecuted and killed.
Yeah.
And killed, yeah. All those things.
Yeah. And killed as well. Are you sure? Surely that should be arrested, persecuted, and killed. But hey, grammar.
Well, and sure, there are some spots in the world. Usually, oppressive countries where they have their own, if not religious-like absolute rules and swift justice, off to the camps, all those things that you hear about. But
yeah, you don't want to be a Christian in Afghanistan.
Yeah, but most of the world though there isn't this, and they try to make it out to be. And I'm sure Alan's really feeling persecuted there in his studio, though. They're beating down the doors. You evil Christian! I don't think it's happening, Alan. But okay.
Simply owning a Bible can be a death sentence in places.
Oh, really?
Like Nigeria.
Iran.
What's going on in Nigeria? Is it
Nigeria's Muslim.
It's Muslim? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, see the problem there, Alan? See the problem there?
Extremist groups like Boko Haram and Fulani militants target Christian villages, resulting in death. These prophecies will call us to live with urgency.
Wait a minute.
Deepen our commitment.
Wait. That's a prophecy? Where was that prophecy in the Bible?
I don't know.
Just because of persecution thing? So they found a place in the world where Christians are being persecuted. So now the prophecy's coming true because those poor people are being attacked. And what's Jesus doing about it?
Not all Nigeria is like persecuted Christians either. There's a lot of. I have a friend who's a pastor actually in Nigeria.
Well, they got these these gangs of terrorists running around. That's the problem. Yeah.
And just a few centuries ago, I seem to remember the Christians doing a little persecuting themselves when it come to non-believers and other religions, right? And they would again if they were in power.
Yeah.
If they could, they would do it again.
They are.
That's what all these videos are about. Yeah.
Well, I remember a little thing in Europe called the 7 Years' War.
Yeah.
Just to say, Christians have fought Christians.
Well, I don't think you needed all caps in the title that ancient prophecies are coming true right now.
Rumors of wars.
First of all, 1948 wasn't right now, and that's and as far as the rest of it goes, no, you're not getting smarter every 12 hours. That's for sure.
I always love the Monty Python one where Brian falls down on top of somebody preaching in the market, and the camera pans across, and there's a really timid guy there saying things like making prophecies, and he goes, "It will come a time where somebody will lose something, and he won't know that he's lost it, but he'll find it later, probably in the corner of the room."
That's a good movie. Yeah, that's a good movie. Yeah, it is.
I think we need something a little more fun. This is something that I loved when I was younger. Nostradamus. Let's see what Nostradamus interpretation they have this time.
Nostradamus' eerie prophecy has resurfaced after the death of 88-year-old Pope Francis. Following Pope Francis's death, a chilling Nostradamus prediction has come back into focus that some believe.
Wait, why did it come back into focus?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying.
Because it happened at post hoc, right?
Did they prophesize that the vice president from America will come and kill the Pope? Is that the prophecy?
He missed that one.
Yeah.
Did he prophesy that many priests will do really unspeakable things with children?
I have a feeling this is going to have something to do with the Antichrist.
Well, there's a last pope coming up. Supposedly this pope is the last pope. So a lot of the last pope prophecies are resurfacing because...
And he's from America.
They've been waiting for this for a while. Apparently the Vatican puts all the Pope's pictures on the walls, or paintings, or whatever, depictions. And there's one space left, because I guess they can't put them anywhere else. So on this wall, they ran out of room.
That shows a lack of planning.
And there's only one space left. So that means that's going to be the last one, right? Because they don't have any more walls, I guess. So
that shows a serious lack of foresight and prophecy if they ran out of room.
Should have been an infinite wall, right?
They should have prophesied in the Bible that they need more room for that.
Or at least painted, or at least took smaller pictures.
Yeah, they didn't plan well at all. So anyway,
those little minis would be good. Those little mini pictures.
The only thing is, his name was supposed to be Peter, I think, and he chose Leo, so that kind of messed up their thing. But the last pope is supposed to be Peter, and somehow they have to connect it with Peter the Roman, I think, to get the prophecy to work that this is the last pope, even though he called himself Leo, and sure messed it all up because I had seen some of the people talking about the prophecy, and they were picking through people that they thought could be Peter, and this one wasn't one of the picks they had. So really was a buzzkill for the prophets.
Isn't the last pope named Bob? Is his name Bob? Wasn't it? Isn't it Bob?
Are you friends with a bunch of people, Q people, Dave?
No, I just, it's my kind of stuff, right? I follow these kind of things. So, we were covering the Mahdi too. He's like Islam's version of the second coming, and he's entertaining. He basically said, well, nobody else has called themselves the 12th Imam or 12th Mahdi or whatever. There's 12 of them. So he said, nobody else has called it, so I'm calling it. So now he's it, and he's got a little cult going on, and he just declared himself. I don't know what powers he has or whatever, but it's some kind of sect of Islam with this specific prophecy about the 12 imams, the 12 Mahdis, something like that, and. So it's supposedly kind of like in line with the Messiah story, that this person will show up at the right time. So that's what he did. He said, well, it's the right time, so I'm showing up, and he declared himself the Mahdi.
I thought Muhammad was the last prophet.
No, this is something else. This has to do with, like I say, this one specific prophecy for this one sect of Islam that they're. He's combining that along with the Bible and some other things into his own prophecy, where he is everything all in one, where it's supposed to be like Jesus is supposed to be with the Mahdi or something like that, but he's rolling it all into one person. He's also declared himself the Pope too. So he's rolling everything into himself, embodying it into one person, and that's his own little cult that he's got going. They all sit around with big smiles on their face, nodding at everything he says. It's kind of scary.
Sounds like an apostate, actually.
It's
Muhammad's supposed to be the last prophet. So, like, if he's if he considers himself, if he's doing prophecy.
Well, this has something to do with their end times prophecy, because Islam has the end times too, with a kind of second coming, right? And that's what this is in line with. It doesn't change any of that. It's just the unfolding of the future events where it's Highlander, right? In the end, there can only be one. There's going to be one. There's going to be a final battle eventually, right? So yeah. So this is all the foretelling of of their kind of version of the end times that you're hearing from this here or the Christians or anybody else. Yeah.
He's basically said it's foretold that two men wearing white will kiss each other.
And like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoy it. Yeah.
Cherry lipstick. It's cherry lipstick.
Foretold this very moment. In 1555, the French astrologer predicted the death of a very old pontiff and a weakening of...
Oh, wow.
Oh, geez. Why would an old pontiff die? Oh, my God.
That's worse than wars and rumors of wars. That's
I
worse
got to
than that
get
one.
in on that one. Yeah, but we were just discussing, I hope Dick Van Dyke makes it till December and he'll be 100 years old. But realistically,
Really? Oh, wow.
I mean, he might not make it, right? So, what are the odds that he's going to make it to his birthday is pretty much what they're doing here, right? The guy that's almost 100, how many? He's not going to last very long. Well, sadly, no. I mean, we're going to miss him. We really are. But he's going to be 100 years old. So,
like Betty White, like we miss her.
Yeah,
One of these days.
Yeah.
One of these days, there'll be people who live in this world that Keith Richards is not here anymore, too. So.
Yep.
Oh, no, that ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
Bible scholars too. I got one for you here.
I'm not saying that Keith Richard won't die, but even if he does, we're not going to know about it.
Me and Keith Richards are going to be the last people walking on this earth.
I hear you
and
hear
the cockroaches.
things. And the cockroaches, yeah. You hear these things that in the Bible that people used to live hundreds of years old, right? Even 900 years old or whatever.
Methuselah, yeah.
Yeah, but then there was the curse or the flood or whatever it was, and then something about God put a limit at 120 years. Isn't that correct?
It seems like it.
That's what they say. But there's like some women there's a woman older than that now on the earth, isn't there?
Well, there was a lady that
128, I think.
She went. Well, the one I looked up was 122 and a half.
Okay,
so if God set the limit, and then I also a study was out that they think the first 150-year-old is already born. With the way medicine and everything is going. So if that cap is 120, the way I understand it in the Bible, I think that thing needs to be revised because we're starting to beat 120.
Yeah, I seem to remember there was a 110-year-old woman who said that the secret to a long life, she quit smoking 10 years ago or something like that. She was
150. I bet the person that lives to be 150 won't be an American.
Yeah, we don't.
Probably not with KFC around it.
Actually, our lifespan has decreased in the last 4 years or 5 years or whatever. Our predicted lifespan went down 2 years in America.
Yeah,
because of the pandemic.
Well, and how long you have to wait to get an appointment at a hospital or a clinic.
The pandemic is what really did it.
And how much the doctors charge,
Yeah.
Well, Nostradamus gave you rose petals and made you all better. So.
There you go.
The Catholic Church. In Les Prophéties, Nostradamus wrote, "Through the death of a very old pontiff, a Roman of good age will be elected."
Wait a minute, a Roman?
Safe bet, Nostradamus. Safe bet.
He's from Chicago.
An old pope will go and a new one will be nominated. That's pretty much how it works.
Chicago.
But he said Roman. He's the guy from Chicago. He's not Roman.
Could have meant Roman Catholic, I suppose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
Yeah, I can't argue with it. I mean, good on you. That's a solid prophecy.
Yeah, for so precise. How did he get that? How did he know that inside information?
Good work on that day, yeah.
Of him it will be said that he weakens his seat, but long will he sit and in mordant activity. He also referenced a mysterious successor. A young man of dark skin with the help of the great king will deliver the purse to another of red color.
Dark skin and a red skin? What the hell are they talking about?
Maybe they meant orange. Maybe they meant orange.
Yeah, orange. Yeah, it could be orange.
Well, I don't know. Wasn't a dark skin or a red skin person that became pope, so
Trump did throw his hat in the ring for Pope.
Maybe he meant orange. Maybe he meant orange and saw Trump when he was mad or something. He looked a little red.
Maybe did they have the color orange when Nostradamus was alive? I don't know. That might be a Crayola color that has been added since then.
Yeah.
What else you got? You're running out of time.
Though often debated, Nostradamus...
often debated. Yeah, okay. We finally agree. Yeah, that one
has been linked to major events like Hitler's rise and the COVID-19 pandemic.
Oh my God!
Oh no!
Oh, no, really?
No!
He predicted a pandemic.
The Hitler
All I
thing
can say is we did not
terrible.
listen to him. We didn't listen to him very well. If he predicted all that shit, and we still had to go through both of those.
Yep.
Yeah, that one was, and yeah, what good did it do for the pandemic? Nothing. Thanks for nothing, Nostradamus. You should have said,
Actually,
hey, on this day, you better put this person in quarantine or else. That's what we need.
Actually, the CDC predicted the pandemic, and like Obama left a handbook or whatever to deal with it. But
yeah, but we got people that know better. You can just take,
yeah, it got thrown in the trash.
Some kind of herbs and be all better, like Nostradamus used to give you.
Or
That was a long
bleach.
time ago. Yeah, don't do that either. Ugh.
Or horse wormer. I still have a friend who takes a shot of
Horsey
horse
paste.
wormer every day. Every day he takes a shot of horse wormer. Still to this day.
Well, you don't have worms.
Yeah. Probably doesn't have
The fact-
horses either.
He doesn't he'll say that he never came down with that I ain't gonna say the name, but he never leaves his house either. So I'm not
Might
sure
have
if
something
it's
to do with it. Yeah.
if it's never leaving the house or if it's the dewormer. I'm not sure which one.
While scholars urge caution, the timing of the Pope's death has reignited interest in whether another of his prophecies has come true.
Probably not.
Yeah. He never did. He was never likely to either.
I've got 2 of his books, and they're big books. They're really big books, and it's a lot to read. And
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know what the hell he was talking about, but it's interesting.
He was genuinely a crazy person. I mean, no doubt about it.
Wild stuff. Yeah.
However, the conclave, where cardinals gather in the Sistine Chapel to choose a successor, will not take place for at least 15 days.
Wow.
Huh?
Is that part of the
You know
prophecy, or
why?
Did you just say that?
No, because I looked it up. Somebody asked, how long does it take before they start all the stuff after the Pope dies? And I looked it up, and they said on average it takes about 2 weeks. That's pretty close. Yeah, 15 days. Wow.
Damn.
I feel like it
nailed
wasn't
it
that
again.
long. I feel like it wasn't that long, though. Was it?
Some
Yeah,
of
it
them
was that long. I
started
feel like-
within a few days, and there was some of them that didn't start for like a year later. It all kind of depends. But on an average, that's what they gave me, that within a few weeks, they get everything together. Because, they have to have the funeral. They have to get...
And they have to
set
gather
they
up
have
the
to set up
people.
the tables, and
They have to have
everybody's got to
lunch.
come, and
They got to have lunch, right?
lots of prayers have to be said. They have to do all these things before they can actually take a vote. So yeah, there's what do you call it? Itinerary or whatever, Yeah, there's a thing you have to do before you can even vote. So yeah, it takes a little X amount of time. But if they really hustle, they can get going in a few days.
Yeah, also, it takes a while to get enough weed into the bong so they can get that white smoke to come out.
It's got to billow good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Gotta have the right
I remember.
shit
I
in
remember. I think it was Pope John Paul. I remember it was windy out, and they were having a hard time determining what the smoke was. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it? We don't know. We don't know.
Now I'm thinking back, I'm sure I've seen that in an old, like there used to be a program in Britain called Not the 9 O'Clock News. And I'm sure one of the things was the white smoke coming out of the chimney and then the Pope stumbling down the stairs.
Hey, did y'all know what he did with the Pope Mobile? What they did with the Pope Mobile?
They sold it.
Sold ice cream?
No. They donated it to the
donated
doctors in Palestine.
Why?
Oh, well, yeah.
They don't have a
So
Pope
that-
Mobile anymore?
No, well, they may have built him a new one. I don't know, but like it's it's bulletproof, so it's for them to like rescue people.
Okay. Is it missile proof?
I don't know. I mean, I guess they
Is it
felt like
rocket proof? Yeah.
All right, we got.
Hey, Dave. Okay,
Go
I
ahead.
got to get out of here, Dave. I got to
All
get
right.
out of here. So,
All right,
Simons,
Mike.
Yep.
Simons, you should respond to my emails.
I don't do emails, dude. Sorry. Look, I do have a show. Hang on a second.
You're
I do
starting
have
to
a
hurt
show
my
tomorrow, though.
feelings, huh?
I am
What?
so sorry, mate. I really am.
Are you doing the Onion tomorrow?
I'm doing the Onion tomorrow. Let me just get you a link and I'll put it in the chat for you.
I'll be there. Okay.
Yeah, please do, please do. It's called, what's it called? Let me have a look. It's called 50 Shades of Jesus, or Will the Real Jesus Please Step Forward?
Good.
All right.
Okay.
So there you go. It's all about Jesus tomorrow.
Good,
All
good.
about Jesus there.
Did you put it in? You put
In
it
private.
in a regular chat. You
Put it
put
in
it in
private.
regular chat. What? Put it in a regular chat. What the hell's
Okay, I'm
wrong
putting
with
it in
you?
the regular chat. I'm putting it in the regular chat.
Okay,
In
put
the
it in
regular
regular
chat.
In the regular
Answer your
chat.
goddamn emails.
Everybody,
You're really starting to
I
hurt my
don't do
feelings.
emails.
everybody,
I'm
come by
sorry, Mike, I am
Simos tomorrow. That's I believe it's 5 Eastern time for us folks over here.
What do you do? Fucking smoke signals? What? What do you do? I'll try smoke
I
signals.
just don't touch my email very often, I'm afraid.
Okay, we're gonna have to work
Otherwise, I've
this
got to
out
respond
somehow.
to too many people that are trying to get hold of me, you know.
Well, yeah. You
Now
can give
it
me
is.
your phone number. Your phone number might work. I'll text you.
Okay.
I'll text
You're not
you.
on Discord,
Anyway,
Mike. You're not on Discord?
I hate Discord so much because
Well,
it's
there
so
we go.
many little buttons and little icons and weird things, and I don't know what it all means. I don't
Okay,
like
well,
it.
I'll get Dave to pass it on to you then, shall I? All the details.
I can do
Yes.
that.
Yeah, if you do that, I'll get on. Okay, thank you guys.
Okay, thank
Anyway,
you.
good night, everyone. I'm going to go eat and watch Game of Thrones because all this
Night,
biblical
Mike.
stuff got me primed. Okay,
Yeah,
good
I
night.
bet. Yeah, go.
Good night.
Bye.
How many titties are you up to on Game of Thrones?
How many what?
How many
Titties?
titties are you up to? Yeah.
Oh God, I lost count so long ago. I tried to count, but I
Yeah.
could not do it. Anyway, okay.
Okay.
There's more coming. More coming. Okay. Good night.
Yeah.
Go in peace, Mike.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
with Scott, I missed Scott leaving. I didn't see him.
Yeah. Well, let me see.
Got slipped out the back door.
Yeah, he dropped out. That's kind of how it goes, especially here in the evening. A lot of the folks are up late, and I do this because folks in other places in the West Coast, and a lot of times they say, "Oh, I'm always missing stuff and everything." So I thought, I would start doing a thing in the evening just to say hey to everybody I don't get to always say hey to. So that's what we're doing here. But on Saturdays we gather earlier, and we have a more in-depth dissection where we rarely get through a video unless we're really, really lucky, or Simos is helping me out and we bust one out.
Yeah.
I was. I called into the
not
line
resistant
tonight.
Did
I
you?
was on the line tonight. Yes, I was the second caller.
Oh, wow.
They were talking. They were talking about the art protest. So
Okay.
Oh, fantastic.
Good.
Matt told me that if he was coming, he would be my Bam Bam, because I'm gonna dress up as Pebbles, and he asked me if I had anybody that's gonna be Bam Bam, and I told him I couldn't talk Joe into it yet. I was trying to talk Joe into it.
Well, as much as I like Nostradamus prophecies, they are pretty weak. And what else is really weak is when you hear these stories about like Ray Comfort and everything. You always have these where I sat next to an atheist on an airplane type story, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So here we got one where my encounter with an atheist evangelist, Reinhard Bunkili.
Imagine being
Okay,
on a
I'll go
long
with that.
flight right beside Ray Comfort.
I think.
Oh, that would
Can't
be
imagine.
true hell.
I think he must be a troll, because Reinhard Bunk.
Just look over at him
Could
and
be.
say, "Have you got a banana? Have you got a banana?" And I bet you he wouldn't even talk to you the rest of the night. Probably,
Well, when I saw this, that's all I could think is, yeah, Ray sitting next to you on an airplane, and what a hell that would be. So let's see if you agree.
One day I arrive at a television house in Johannesburg. There are other panel members there. I never knew them. I just kind of snowed in. And opposite me sat an intellectual. He called himself an atheist. And
Oh, he was an intellectual.
Oh. I
Oh.
see. A rare atheist indeed.
Did he hold his pinky the right way when he had his
right.
tea?
We should see it in South African, right? He's an intellectual atheist, right?
Right?
Right, yes. Yeah, that's right.
Got to get the roll in there.
Right.
the moment we got on the air, the atheist challenged me. He said, Reverend Bunky, you preach.
Bunky.
Bunky.
Bunky. Reverend Bunky. Okay, Bunky. Yeah, as soon as you took off on the airplane, he said, okay, you minister, I'm going to take you down. You sat on the wrong person, next wrong person on this flight. You're going to wish you never flew this airlines again, you pastor guy. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's see.
That there is power in the blood of Jesus. I said, I do. He said, I believe the opposite. There is no power in the blood of Jesus. I said, mister, what is the reason for your claim? He said, well, you see, Jesus died 2,000 years ago. If there was any power in his blood, the world today would be better, but it is worse. And because
yeah, who is this person giving this terrible argument? If you are an atheist haunting people on airlines, stop using this argument. It's terrible.
Yeah, I don't think that's I think calling him an intellectual atheist might be a stretch.
But we don't crucify people anymore, so I don't know how you can say it's worse. Because
and I'm not a Christian, but yeah, I don't think that Jesus' death was supposed to make the world better. I don't think that was
the
part
main
of
point,
it.
isn't it? Supposed
to save the whole world.
It's supposed to save you, but it's saving you from the sin that we're still in.
Yeah, well, and it's only saving us at the end.
From Jesus.
From himself.
Well, from himself, yeah. But yeah, it only saves us at the end. He says nothing about the time in between. In fact, I think John says it's going to get worse before it gets better. Which is just
I feel like
stunning.
it's gotten better though. I feel like we don't do mass crucifixions.
Yes, I think it's got better as well. I think human rights have vastly improved.
We don't feed people to the lions.
Despite what America does in the UN.
Yeah, well, there's always problems, but I would agree overall the world is getting better and better. Sometimes baby steps. Sometimes you got to step back a minute and let the idiots trip on themselves in front of you and get out of the way, and then you move forward again.
And then there's also those people that we just have to drag like a ball and chain, like through every event and every time in history. We've had to drag some people, kicking and screaming, into tomorrow.
Absolutely. We want, go back to coal and all these things instead of looking forward. And it's like, what happened to the forward looking? We needed more of that. And we sure ain't going to get it from this guy, because wait till you hear his little analogy. This is just great.
Because the world today is worse than it was 2,000 years ago. That's why I say the blood of Jesus has no power. I say, wait, mister, I would like to reply. There's
Uh-oh, here it comes. Here it comes. He's going to nail him now. He's going to now he's going to go on the offensive. And he's going to make that other atheist dude, the intellectual that's not too bright, regret ever daring to bring up the blood of Jesus.
He's gonna make him.
Oh, he's
He ain't gonna talk about the Shroud of Turin, is he?
No, even better, even better. This is one I'd never heard before. This is a good one. You're gonna like this one.
in the world, yet many people are still dirty. If I am dirty and I stand next to a piece of soap, I am not automatically clean. If I want to know what soap can do, I've got to do something. And I said, I now challenge you. You must reach out for the soap. Apply it to your body. Then you will know what soap can do.
That is a very good argument.
Blood
Yeah.
is soap. Soap.
You need to reach out for that blood and rub it all over yourself. Where do you get it from? It's just imaginary, I guess. And then you get to rub yourself all over. I think that's the part they really, really want.
Well, the Baptists used to say you were washed in the blood of the Lamb. So.
Yeah. But yeah,
But they
it's
never
comparing it
mentioned
to soap. Yeah, soap you wash yourself with, right? And it's like, yeah. Well, that's what you do with the blood. And it's like, if I was sitting next to him and I was this annoying atheist and he just told me this, I need to wash myself with blood, I'd have something to say. First of all, where are you going to get this blood from? And if it's this imaginary blood and you're, just imaginarily washing yourself, then that's kind of strange.
Well,
yeah, and you have to be careful mixing like blood with other people too. Like they could carry some kind of disease.
Could be gross.
I mean, the whole thing's really strange anyway, because it says in the Bible that it's not the smell of God. It's not the smell of blood that God loves, is it? It's the smell of burnt flesh. So
Yes.
I think you should just pick up an iron and burn yourself.
Yes, he
Jesus
likes the
blood
aroma,
kosher?
the burning aroma.
Yeah, exactly. Smell of burnt flesh. So just
yeah.
burn yourself, and you'll endear yourself to God. You don't have to wash.
I forgot about the Catholics, Jackie. I guess we could get some of that blessed wine, and that's like the blood, right? And then we could rub that all over ourselves. Oh,
But you gotta have a
I didn't
cracker.
think about that. And
You gotta have the cracker. The cracker.
Yeah, well, they give you a snack with it. I prefer some cheese or something, but
Who was the atheist that said they tried to figure out how many crackers you had to eat before you got a hold Jesus?
Yeah, no, just fill a bath up with wine.
And so it is with the blood of Jesus. Reach out for the blood. Apply it to your sinful life. And he will wash you completely and totally. The atheist looked at me. He said, Bonky, when you preach, something is emanating from you.
Oh my God.
I think that's bullshit. You can find that's
Probably
called
spit.
bullshit.
Or spit, like spittle, something. He probably. Oh my gosh. But yet that's not a blood cult, though. Not a blood cult at all.
No.
He said, I met some other evangelists, but I didn't feel the same thing. That I've been thinking while you were speaking, what the difference may be between them and you. I think they were amateur evangelists. You are a professional.
I think they didn't have. I think they didn't have their hand on his. You know what?
Yeah, he's a pro, but he's a pro though. Those other ones, they just didn't step up.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I need to run into a pro like you to tell me about washing myself with the blood of Jesus. That ought to do it.
I feel like you're a captive audience when you're sitting beside somebody in an airplane.
Yeah,
actually, I think it should be against the law for them to proselytize on to people on airplanes, because it's not like you can yeah.
Yeah, can you imagine a transatlantic flight or something, and you're stuck with
Besides Ken Hovind.
Oh man! Oh no! So that would be the worst. Let me tell you something.
Or Ray Comfort. Ray would be worse actually than Kent. I could probably have a conversation with Kent far before I could Ray. You could tell Kent dumb dad jokes and stuff.
Stewardess, there's got to be somebody that wants to change seats.
Yeah.
I've got some cash. Stewardess.
I said, mister, you are wrong again. I tell you what I am. I am a living piece of evidence that there.
Oh, you're even more special. You're a living piece of evidence that there is this power and it's emanating from you. Some people call that BO or flatulence or something. But, you know,
Look at the trees.
There is power in the blood of Jesus. After that show, I walked through the parking
here's the best part.
to get my car. Suddenly, somebody tapped me on my shoulders. I looked around. Who was it? My atheist. And he whispered into my ear, although we were all alone. He said, Bunky, would you please pray for me?
Bunky,
Why is he playing that ghost music? That's what I'm trying to figure out, that music.
I don't know. It's because YouTube gives you the media thing and people just click on it, I guess. It's, you know. So Bunky, pray for me. Yeah, this. Anyway, I couldn't resist playing this because, yeah, every time I hear these, it's like, this never happened. This never happened.
Crazy. This is just crazy stuff.
Things that never happened, Alex.
For 500. So Bunky, yeah, you got to knock it off. These things are getting old. We don't believe you, and you're getting removed.
Fair enough. Still, I hope that he looked after his atheist, and he took him home, looked after him, he fed him properly.
He adopted him, yeah, properly, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Took him for
and
regular walks.
Hopefully did not wash him in blood.
Took him for a walk every day.
I've got
I
one
think
here.
He's confusing atheist with dog here, in fact.
Oh,
yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. What he meant to say is, you know, I knelt down and my atheist licked me on the ear.
But dogs are smarter than people. They don't believe in gods.
There you go. He was an atheist, yeah.
Jasper's dropping a bunch of emojis, I see. All right. Way to go, Jasper. Don't forget, folks, we have Answers in Atheism on Toast here. And feel free to post that along with Bigfoot emojis because they're just truly awesome. And we really enjoy them. And Bonky. All right, Bonky. Bonky, you get bounced, Bonky.
Good try, Bonky, though. Good try.
Here's one I wanted everybody to see. This is more up my alley. It's a UFO, and at first it looks kind of interesting, but then I took some still shots, and we'll take a look at that. So here's the video. Right, you see that little thing coming up? All right. And then right on by. Okay. And it's like, okay, something flew by the airplane. Right. Okay. So I said, what the heck? You know, because it's so fast. They couldn't even slow it down for you. Right. They could have slowed it down for you. Right. No. So that's all right, though, because I got some still shots from it.
Seagull.
And go ahead, place your bets on what it is. What you think it is.
Like a dust on the window or something. It's inside.
A duck.
Let me pull up my still shots here.
Be cool if it was a witch on a broom.
That is what I would call a piece of debris.
Yeah, looks like a door of a plane.
When it's spinning around, and you can see where's. Let me see here.
Are they in a tornado?
I possibly, I guess. There's let me see. When you see the one image, from this angle, okay, this is where you kind of see it fly by, okay, right up where they got it circled. And this is really hard to see exactly what it is, although it does seem to be a square, right? But then when you go to this one, that definitely looks like, yeah, that's, and the little reflection on here, like where it's broken off, I would say that is a piece of debris, and it is, it's thin, it's, bent like that. And it's certainly not any kind of spacecraft. This was something that was tumbling in the air. And when it got right at that one point where they put the circle, kind of, you couldn't really tell. But then, again, then why is it all tumbling out of control or whatever? So it's obviously something tumbling, and it looks very flat in the still shots. So
is this after Trump took over the FAA?
Probably. Things are just flying off the airplanes.
Okay.
So in line with
okay, I don't know.
Well, with inline, because I like to look at some of this weird stuff.
Well, it's definitely a UFO. I'll give it that.
It is a UFO, and
no, they have a new word for that now. Like, what is it called? It's not. They don't say UFO no more.
UAP.
UAP, yeah.
UAPs now, yeah. Let me get a big shot here. Okay, you see it one more time. Yeah, when you see the red circle, like I said, it's that one image, but right when it gets closer and it's just about out of the screen, that's when it looks completely like, a piece of some kind of a panel. That I probably fell off an airplane.
I feel like that there'd probably be a plane that like fell right after the door was lost.
Yeah, you can see how it kind of comes in and kind of goes that way. You know what I mean? Like it's not in control or anything. And then it gets real quick. It's there, and then faster than I can click, it's gone. And that's why I had to go in and capture it myself, because you can't. All right. Stop. You can't catch the end, so I had to download it to look at it. But from what I'm looking at there, that definitely looks like a flat panel tumbling in the air, and it's got a shiny side there that's hitting the sunlight as it comes tumbling around. And that's what it seems to be. So watch out when you're flying around, because there's crap dropping out of the sky.
Chinese spy balloon.
But it caught my eye because it was a UFO image, and I like that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to look at it real quick, and I said, I can't see what it is, so I still shot at it, and I think it's a piece of debris, and it makes me worry who lost what, and it's came real close to that airplane there.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see what time we got. Okay. Let's see. Back on track here. Let's see. Back on track. Okay, here we go. We'll get back on track. Why God exists.
Yeah, it was probably a bit of SpaceX debris.
Yeah.
Whatever the name of that rocket is, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt it's some of Elon's garbage.
Yes, a bunch of his fell out of the sky.
All right, why God exists? Because we're atheists.
Because the Bible tells me so.
Probably.
Is this guy a Mennonite?
I don't. Is that what his hat says? I don't know. His hat says he's a howler.
Oh, okay. So I had a straw hat on.
I think that's an N. That's a Nowler.
Okay.
Why can't you shake the idea of God even when you try? Or maybe you're a so-called atheist and convinced yourself that you already have. Deep down, you already know God exists. And I'm going to show you why.
Okay, I want you to show me why.
Right.
This is the important part.
I'm
This is
excited,
the important
Dave.
part. Yeah, me too. I always get my hopes up.
Uh,
They're dashed often, but I do get my hopes up.
Finally.
Because it's something that is hardwired into your nature, and it shapes how you perceive the world and how you live. By the end of this video, you'll see why denying God doesn't remove him from your life, but just proves that you're borrowing from him without giving him credit.
Because he's a stalker and he won't stay away from people.
That was by the end of this video, and then you ended the video.
Yeah, it's like, that's stupid, but okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm convinced.
No, to be fair, I had a girlfriend like that, and she was real. So.
She's went to another school.
Yeah, I'm convinced. Thank you very much for that.
I think she's a bit older than that, Robin.
That goes right with my God one earlier, that I'm not an atheist because I don't believe in God. And well, thank you for that information. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
He's bad at editing. He's bad at editing.
do better. Let's see. What can we? This one's the atheist. Atheists can't believe in absolute truth.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder why.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
I've been having some conversations with atheists recently.
Yeah, I don't think you were. Right when they say that, I immediately say, no, you weren't.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's the vibe I get. I just don't believe you that you were talking to any atheists. But
I don't think we can know absolute truth. Maybe that's what they were trying to tell him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, they can, obviously, because they have somebody that
yeah,
because
they're book.
Yeah. Well, no, it's because they know somebody who is absolute truth. But I think this guy is really, he's been talking to his dog like Bonky did.
Instead of God, it was dog.
Bonky. Reverend Bonky.
Yeah, he got that the wrong way around. Yeah. Just got that backwards.
Okay, so we'll give you a benefit of the doubt that you were talking to atheists. And what did they say?
Yes, we know atheism is a lack of belief in God or gods.
Is that what they said?
Why did you do his voice like that? Is that what we sound like?
We're so monkey, I guess.
Do we sound like that?
I guess that making me doubt you, but okay.
To me, that sounds like the internal voice. Quite often when I speak about
but I'm finding another
atheism,
common denominator.
myself,
They say they can't know something to 100% certainty. 99% certainty is the best they can do.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Okay. But I mean, as the atheist thing, it's like, yeah, I mean, there's anything is open to new evidence, and I don't think we would be good rational thinkers if we discounted good evidence. I think the problem is what you think is good evidence, we don't think is good evidence.
Yeah, no, I always thought that, I don't know, Gettier problems showed that absolute truth wasn't possible.
Yeah, for us to know it. Like, I believe it may exist, but, like, our ability to know it or, like, to access it. You don't have the ability to access. Like,
yeah, thank you, Robin. Yeah.
I see Jedi in the chat. How you doing, Jedi? Good to see you.
I've been studying my philosophy.
Yeah, I could tell.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm just checking the chat real quick. Hello, everybody. If I missed anybody, appreciate everybody stopping by, as always. We always have the best folks stopping through. Good to see you.
That last 1% are things that are unreasonable or without evidence.
Yeah. Okay.
I kind of lost what he's saying because I got distracted by the atheist voice.
Well, basically,
I got distracted by the atheist voice.
Yeah, he's stuck on that 1%. Okay, all right, okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, okay.
But they can't be sure of that either, because they can only be 99% sure of that. This
You can only be 99% sure that they're 99% sure.
That's right.
I wish I was 99% sure I knew what the lottery numbers were.
Oh yeah.
I've been trying to get Mike to give them to me. He's in that other weird time zone over there. Just hasn't been working out.
Hey, Mark Reed. We'll get Mark Reed to give them to us. Like he's like almost a whole day ahead of us or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a Darren Brown video where he predicts the lottery numbers ahead of time and then tells it to a whole group of people. Yeah.
Did they win?
A serious video. And they won. Yeah. He got it absolutely right.
Good.
Then did they arrest him?
No, because it turned out it was a trick.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
But there you go.
My hopes are dashed again.
That's what you get from magicians. There you go.
My hopes are dashed again.
He is brilliant, though. There's another brilliant one where he converts, like, he sits in a room with 20 atheists and converts them to Christianity. And about, I don't know, half or 3/4 of them convert to Christianity on the spot. And he shows this video to a preacher, and the preacher goes, "Oh, man. We got to get you in the church. That's amazing. I've never seen results like that." It's really funny. And he, to be fair, he deconverts them at the end back to being atheists. So,
got a siren going off.
if you haven't watched any Darren Brown, go ahead. Please do. They're amazing. Amazing programs.
And we got the Jedi's been member for 1 month. How about that? We're starting to get some people that have been with us for a while now that we've been since last month getting the memberships going. So that's kind of cool. And just because we really value our members here.
Yeah.
Let's rock with the fire in our veins. Rock on to the skies, to the thunder and rain. All hail Bigfoot, the legend, the king. He walks among shadows, the wild spirits sing.
Yeah, and
Somebody-
he says, I bet he has atheist friends, which is a very good point. Yeah,
And I see people complaining in chat about no toast.
No toast.
Mm-hmm.
serious situation. That is a serious situation.
We got toast. There's toast.
Excellent. Thank you.
This is a problem. This is the atheist version of God of the Gaps. This gap in their knowledge is unreasonable and not provable by evidence. So much so that they don't even know that they're watching this video to 100% degree certainty. They don't.
And now you're just misusing it.
Well, that's not what a God of the Gaps is anyway, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
He's conflating He's conflating several ideals together.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I say I don't have my string out. Usually I have it ready for Saturday Night Atheists, but well, I'm just gonna have to pretend here to keep track in my head.
Believe in absolute truth. It doesn't matter to them. The problem with it is that they can't know that they're even watching this video.
Yes, I can. There's ways
Well,
that
philosophically, you can't. I mean,
Yeah.
we could be in a world where, like you're in the
was
mind
created
somebody else-
yesterday, and
somebody
yeah.
else's mind, and
Watching
video.
his videos is just making me rethink my life choices, though. But I am one.
You're thinking you shouldn't have come on this program. I understand. Yeah.
No, nothing for Dave, but
This reminds me of that you can't be a true skeptic unless you're skeptical of your own skepticism type thing, and you just you go through that endless circle, and it's like, okay, yeah, like, see, I could be a brain in a vat and all that, but generally, if we all agree that we are dealing in reality, then I could ask my son or somebody to come in here and say, am I looking at this video? And he could say, yeah. And then I could call in a friend of mine and I could say, well, am I looking at this video? And eventually enough people are going to say, yeah, you're looking at a video, Dave. And then I'm going to say, okay, I think I'm looking at this video.
I think I'm looking at a video. Yeah, I mean, he's confusing knowledge with beliefs here, and not all beliefs are knowledge, but
and fallacies.
Yeah, but he's saying that if there's absolute truth, then you can know it, and that's just not a fact. I'm afraid that's just not a fact. As I say, Get-Here Problems will show you very quickly that even under the most certain circumstances of what you think is knowledge, you still can't guarantee it, because there could always be some reason why you could be hallucinating, in which case you're not actually seeing it. So absolute truth just doesn't exist. I mean, not for humans.
And they have no reason or evidence to believe that they can't, but just that it's a possibility. But
That's
possibility does not equal truth. It's possible there's an elephant in front of me, but there's no evidence for it.
There you go. There's no evidence for it.
That's right.
That's what we're relying on. You almost got it. Almost.
I think he might actually have an atheist friend. I think this guy might actually have it, because he's remarkably close to what atheists say.
Maybe.
Some, I say some atheists.
He's just jumbling up points, though.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
He's like
he just
he's
thinks
got talking points from about 3 arguments.
Yeah, and he doesn't actually think. I mean, he thinks that what he's looking at is real, and I think he's got reason to believe it is. I'm not that skeptical. I just just don't think that we can have absolute knowledge.
Well, I got
or know something which is absolutely true.
I've got one here for you, Simos, that ought to get the tongue-in-cheek going real quick.
Oh, thank you, mate.
Aliens, demons, or Satan's seed?
Oh, yeah, I know a bit
the
about
UFO
that.
truth.
But you should take a long, hard look at the UFO phenomena, and specifically the abduction phenomenon.
Yeah, don't do that. Consenting adults, all right?
Yeah, because those people that have been abducted by aliens are not ever like the nuttiest people alive. You know what I mean? Remember in the movie Independence Day, the guy that was abducted by aliens? I mean, like, he was like crazy. That's the way they always are.
Yeah,
I guess so.
And some of us will go for a ride, right? I mean, you want to take me for a ride? I'll go for a ride. I'll tell you, stuff you want to know. I mean, I don't know any top secret stuff or anything, but we can chat.
Beam me up, Scotty. Beam me up,
go
Scotty.
for a ride. I'd love to go see another planet or something. Let's go.
I've never tried probing, but I'm up for new experiences.
Well, they're very advanced, so I'm sure it'll be gentle.
Yeah. Plenty of lube.
Early on in our journey at the Soul Trap, that was one of
the Soul Trap. Oh, I like the name, the Soul Trap. All right. Early on at the Soul Trap. Okay.
key studies.
I have to look more into this channel. I think I'm going to subscribe. There you go.
Maybe you can find out what the Soul Trap is. Maybe you can find out what the Soul Trap is.
I'm intrigued. Yeah. All right. So they have key studies. I'll look into your key studies. I will look into those. I will. That sounds
it's probably just a more expensive version of a dream catcher, Robin.
Yeah, if they want my credit card number, they're going to be disappointed.
That really begin to get us to see the connection of the dots, that really begin to get us to realize that
that's what I'm looking for. Connection dots. Okay, strings, dots, same thing. Okay, here we go. It's going to connect. This is what I want. Connect them, please.
we spiritually are using very much the same thoughts and concepts as some in the world. It's just the medium of language is different.
You have a spiritual language?
You know, they just redefine words.
Oh, okay.
Well, I thought, are they not talking about the French?
Like they come up with their own definition.
Shots fired.
So.
Well, no, we think very similar things. It's just a different language.
Okay. Oui.
Maybe.
Where we are saying spirit, they are talking dimension.
Spirit is aren't you the ones in another dimension? Isn't that where the spirit realm is another dimension? Robin? This is up your alley. Isn't the spirit realm in another dimension?
Yeah, I think there is actually 4 dimensions though, right? Like that.
Yeah.
That's what but I think that they come up with more than 4. Like, you know.
Okay.
One of them says there's like 7. One of the woo-woo things says there's 7 dimensions. Because they always like the number 7.
Well, yeah. They like a lot of numbers. Why is number 40, number 7, number 6, number 3? Yeah, there's a bunch of them. They love their numbers. Almost every
8.
number. Yeah, well, did you know 1 through 50 or something? All those numbers are associated with something. So one will be associated with a tree, and one will be associated with happiness, and all these different numbers. They're all associated with something. I didn't know that, but I do now.
Well, they are for like anniversary gifts. I know, like
yeah, I
like
guess they didn't want
25
to be left
silver,
out.
the 50th is gold, I think, or something like that. And I don't remember, but
I got my silver right here. 25 years, we got silver rings, real silver. There's my 25-year gift right there.
Congratulations.
Not the black one, the other.
yes.
Yep,
Yeah, I know of nobody that wanted to put up with me for 25 years.
I don't know how she does it, really. I'm very lucky.
Yeah, I keep hoping. But as I get older, I think, I need to get a younger girl, obviously a younger wife, because she'll never last 25 years, you know what I mean? And I think, well, yeah, but if I get one that's 30, then maybe 55, yeah, she can probably make it to 55, you know.
Matching coffins at the 75th. That's something to go for. Huh? 75th anniversary.
That's one way of looking at it. Matching UFOs.
Where we are saying demon, they are talking alien.
Oh, okay. I love when the demons are aliens. Okay.
There you go.
And,
I feel like we've done them before, haven't we, Dave? Done the demon aliens before?
Demons are aliens. They all are, yes, because, I've got another one, too, about, I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight, but if I could find it. Yeah, everything is the demons, yeah.
Didn't that one guy that you were doing the setting up and watching stuff or whatever? But did you think aliens were demons or demons were aliens? Or
Hugh Ross believes aliens are demons, and the reason we can't find the spacecraft and everything is because they're invisible. So,
well, that would explain it, I guess. And Hugh Ross, I mean, fantastic, right? And he's an astrophysicist of some sort. He
should know. I just for those who regularly.
I mean, us physicists.
For those who regularly worship Satan, some of you might be out there this evening. Tell him his demons need driving lessons, because they can't fly them alien craft things worth of shit. No, they can't.
I mean,
but you tried to
fair,
call some of them, right? Didn't you try to call some of them? Didn't you try do the try to
According to
summon
Hugh
them?
Ross, yeah, if you dabble in anything in the occult, even reading your horoscope, then you open yourself up to seeing a UFO. If you don't do any of those things, you'll never see one. So I got everything. I got horoscopes, I got crystals, I got Ouija boards, tarot cards, everything I could possibly do. Spell book, all that. And then, no UFOs. So I'm a little disappointed.
To be fair, Dave, you say that they're bad drivers, but they did fly 99.9% of the way here without any problems at all.
They did.
It's only the last few miles that they had a problem with.
Earth is like the pothole of the universe, you know? You have to go that way, and you can't avoid it, and you just grit your teeth and damn, I made it this time. I made it this time.
Oh, damn.
And lock your doors. Lock your doors, too, when you go by. Lock your doors.
Left-handed Jedi dropping a super chat. There is a quote from Muppet Treasure Island that I love.
No, me too.
He's got demons. Yeah. Cool. And
that has to be
Jedi,
animal.
Thank you for supporting the channel, and
Let's rock with the fire in our veins. Rock on to the skies, to the thunder and rain. All hail Bigfoot, the legend, the king. He walks among shadows, the wild spirits sing.
appreciate it very much, Left-Handed Jedi, as well as everybody else joining us in the chat, including the lovely Miss Ember. Ember heard Hugh Ross. Ember and I had talked about the aliens and the demon stuff before as well. Had a good time. Ember says, I heard Hugh Ross, so I dropped in to say the extra dimensions thing is from string theory, which is exactly as well-founded as multiverse theory. The math looks neat, but we have no evidence at all. Yep. Lots of possibilities, but that's one of the questions when they try to nail you. How do you answer this and answer that? And say, I don't know. The experts don't know. They're still trying to figure these things out. They've got a lot of ideas.
We should base a religion on it. We should base a religion on it. If we have no evidence for it.
Tilting Windmill says, my dad and I saw something in the sky when I was about 10 one night, and we couldn't quite explain. I called them UFOs then, but wouldn't nowadays. And I don't deny there's things in the sky. There's a lot of things in the sky. We just covered the piece of panel flying through the air. Watch out, it might hit you, right? And there are a lot of things like orb lightning and meteors and all kind of phenomena that flies around in the sky too.
And we learned in the last couple of years that there are a lot of Chinese spy balloons that float across America all the time.
Occasional balloons. Ember, you have a good night, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for stopping by. Sure, Ember had a long day. And
yeah, I did a show once. I did a show once on UFOs and stuff. This is a long time ago on a program called Boil Biss, if anybody remembers it. I drag up some photos of when I had an extraterrestrial view, so to speak. So it turned out, I mean, it was just a speck in the background. I was taking a picture of a girlfriend on the beach, so you can imagine what that looked like. And in the background, there was like a tiny speck in the sky. So I circled it, and I cycled it, an orb of some sort. Thank you. I circled it with a red pen so you could see and stuff like that. And then when I said, "Oh, look behind you, there's it's a UFO," and she wouldn't look behind. She knew me too well. But so we ran down to the closer to get a closer look, and it turned out to be the Starship Enterprise.
Of course.
There you go. True story.
Beam me up, Scotty. Beam me up, Scotty.
True story. Yeah.
And Jackie says interdimensional beings exist. And what about the holographic universe? Yeah, there's a lot of ideas.
Yeah. Good point. What about it? Definitely. We could be on the inside of a black hole.
Neil
I feel like I am.
Neil deGrasse Tyson said, if you don't know what it is, that is unidentified. Absolutely.
And to be fair, I've been very lucky in my life because I have been on the inside of a black hole.
Ember's dropping emojis. Tilting's dropping emojis.
As
Unidentified to
American
me, so UTMs. There we go.
I feel like we are in the middle of a black hole as an American. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quicksand. Okay, let's see. What else you got?
Try
where were we?
Try to keep it as family friendly as I can, Dave.
It's coming up. It's coming up.
Where we are saying Satan's
It's late in the
seed.
morning. It's late
There
in the
it
morning,
is.
and I really have to go. So, thank you so much. If I don't get to bed soon, I'm going to be up all night. But thank you
All
so
right.
much. I really
Thanks.
appreciate everything.
Thanks
Great
for
to see you,
stopping
Robin.
by.
Great to see you,
Nice,
Robin.
Amos.
Thank you so much. Always a
Sweet
pleasure.
dreams.
And yeah, you too. I've got a program on tomorrow, Dave.
Yep.
Just to mention that. So please come along to that. And
Everybody come see Simos tomorrow, State of the Onion. That's 5 p.m. Eastern time.
Thank you very much. It's on 50 Shades of Jesus. So take from that what you will. And
Sounds great.
Bye.
So, yeah, it's Satan's seed.
They are talking about an ongoing alien-human hybrid breeding program.
No.
We got to get an alien first to breed with.
Boy, you went right into alien demon hybrid breeding. That's really great. Thank you
It's right
very
up
much.
there.
I needed that.
It's right up there with the Nephilim.
You know what? I don't think we can top that tonight. I think that's going to be it. I want to be the comedian and go out on a high note, and I really think we're gonna run this one more time, and we're gonna call it, because this is a good one.
But you
I
should
believe
take
he's
a
been
long,
watching. I believe he's been watching too much Men in Black.
Yeah.
hard look at the UFO phenomenon, and specifically the abduction phenomenon.
Okay.
Early on in our journey at the Soul Trap, that
I've got to check out the Soul Trap. Now, we might come back unless there's nothing there. But if there's something there, I'll come back to this.
was one of the key studies that really began to get us to see the connection of the dots, that really began to get us to realize that we spiritually are using very much the same thoughts and concepts as some in the world.
So they're not in the world thing. Yeah, okay. We're in the world, but they're not in the world. Okay.
I wonder if that was peer reviewed.
By Ken Ham's journal, I'm sure.
It's just the medium of language is different. Where we are saying spirit, they are talking dimension.
Okay, and I'm going to disagree with that, because I think spiritual realm is another dimension, or at least akin to it.
Where we are saying demon, they are talking alien.
I think you're the same they. I don't think we are saying that. I think you are the they you're worried about.
Where we are saying Satan's seed, they are talking about an.
And I want to know what Satan's seed is. Is Satan making more demons or something? I need to know. This is Nitty's department. We need to get a hold of Nitty and ask him what Satan's seed is doing.
Ongoing alien-human hybrid breeding program.
Yeah. Okay.
The whole evolution theory.
Evolution
Alien.
theory.
Oh yeah.
Did he say Oh, that's
He's got-
like oh.
Yeah, that one's called evolutionary theory as a hoax. But we're not going to dive in. We're not going to dive into that. I can't. But we're gonna go out on. Wait a minute, I gotta go back to this.
Satan's seed.
Let me pull this back up here. There we go.
But you
That
should
might be
take a long,
Elon Musk.
hard.
Stop.
That might be Elon Musk.
It's Elon. Oh yeah, he does like spreading his seed around, doesn't he? Is he putting it on them rockets, and that's why they're blowing up? So he spreads it all around the place.
I don't know, but he's about to run out of women. I think, you know.
I don't think that's a problem. As long as he's got the money, I don't think that'll be a problem. Jackie says spirits can cross dimensions. Spirits are everywhere now. Yeah, see, I have to put spirits in with other dimensions, other realms or something. I don't think anybody's setting those apart as he's trying to set it up. So, yeah, thanks Simos for stopping by. Thanks Ember for stopping by. Jin, thank you. Appreciate all the comments. I'll roll back up here real quick. And thank you, Jedi, and thank you. Oh, it's Pixie. I didn't even see Pixie stopping in.
I heard her
Pixie.
today on Mod's channel.
Yeah, I saw Pixie over there. Pixie stopped by. Hello, Pixie. Thanks for stopping by. There was so many folks in here. It scooted right by, Pixie. I didn't mean to miss you. I always like talking with Pixie. And let's see. See, it's a good thing I scrolled back, or I would have missed that. And I'm sorry I missed it earlier, Pixie. It's great to see you.
Tilting Windmill.
Yeah, Tilting Windmill. A big fan of the channel.
Jen.
Yeah, Jen was here. Ryan was here. Katie was here. Jasper was here. All the best folks were here. And I just wanted to roll through to make sure I said hey to everybody because I missed Pixie. And now I'm sad that I missed saying hi to Pixie.
Blaster Master.
Yeah, that's Ryan.
Oh, okay.
Ryan's been on. He's been on the channel numerous times now. I always like hanging out with Ryan too. Phantom. Yep. Check out Phantom's got a channel as well. And Ember has a channel. Don't forget, check out Ember's channel. And I think that gets me caught up. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Thanks again. Thank you for joining us tonight, Robin. It's always nice to talk with you.
Yeah, thank you.
And,
it's fun.
And we had Simo stop and join us, and we had Mike here, and we had Scott here. Great conversations. Always appreciate when everybody stops by for a little fun. And of course, as I said before, if you're looking for in-depth dissecting of some serious type videos, you heard it earlier, I really scrape bottom with some of these videos because this is for fun. A lot of us do videos, we do takedowns, we dissect things, we do streams, we talk about different people. Mike, many times I've been on with Mike where we take down somebody's ideas, and sometimes I just want a little break and just look at some of these fun videos and throw in the UFO videos and whatnot. Get a little mix in there, right? I've got some other ones too. We will get to this list tonight. When I was looking at it before the show, I had 75 shorts in it, and I think we get through maybe half a dozen or maybe 10 if we're lucky, something like that. So I've got plenty. I've still got stuff on the pyramids. Always plenty of stuff about evolution. I've got plenty more about aliens and demons. No shortage of the shorts. So look forward to next week. I was doing it Tuesday and then Wednesday and then Tuesday. I kind of floating around. And it also kind of depends on what's going on around here. And but Tuesday or Wednesday, look for me to do some shorts. And you never know, we may have just these wonderful people join in, like Robin and Simos and Scott and Mike, to join us to have a little fun looking at these videos. And if you, let's see.
They want you to play the toast thing before you leave.
You want a toast?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me drop this guy off the screen here. Okay, there we go. Let's see. You want some toast? We'll drop some toast. Let's see.
We love toast. We love toast. We love toast. We love toast. We love toast.
We do love toast. We had a lot of fun covering Wayne, and don't worry, we've still got plenty more Wayne material. I downloaded 10 of Wayne's videos, so that's enough Saturday Night at the Atheist for us for like 10 years. Wayne, though, has become a favorite of ours at Saturday Night at the Atheist. He is all about type of universal consciousness that includes your toaster. So we've really grown to appreciate our toasters and our toast. And again, I took Wayne's advice. I tried to be nice with my toaster, and it did make me some awesome toast for my club sandwich the other night. So if you're having issues with your toaster, maybe talk to your toaster. Tell your toaster you appreciate all its hard work, and you just might get the best toast you ever had. And Wayne, we appreciate all your insight into helping us get better acquainted with our toasters. And with that, thank you again, Robin. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We're going to call it a night. Don't forget, Saturday Night at the Atheist, 5 p.m. Eastern, every Saturday. You'll see a lot of similar folks on the panel, and we have a good time over there. I'm not sure what we're doing this week. I've got some apologists, maybe. I'm always saying, should I do this one or should I do that one? And I kind of decide on Thursday. So what time is it? It's not Thursday yet. So I will get it decided, though. Come stop by. We always have a lot of fun Saturday Night at the Atheist. And with that, we're going to play the outro, and I wish you all a great evening, a great day, a great morning, and you as well, Robin. And don't forget, folks, Robin has a channel as well. You doing anything over there lately, Robin?
No, I haven't been doing anything. No.
Been a little quiet over there?
I haven't felt like making, I don't know. I just haven't been doing anything.
Not right now.
I don't really know how to make videos. I just do lives every now and then. I did one, like, maybe a couple months ago, a live. Mark Reed came on.
Yeah. Well, you do catch Robin here and there, like joining us here at the Captive Desk. So watch for Robin around. We always appreciate her input. And I know sometimes Robin gets a little political and puts out a few shorts maybe. And so watch for that as well. And again, Robin, you're always welcome to join in, and we hope to have you back soon.
Thank you.
Under the moon where shadows play, a channel lights the calm relay. Stories unfold in the softest sound. In the night watch, we're tightly bound. A cozy vibe whispers through the stream, like drifting slow inside a dream. Conversations linger late and free. The night watch is the place to be. Hang out here beneath the glow, where time moves gently, hearts all flow. Secrets shared in a soothing tone. The night watch feels like home. A laugh, a thought, a quiet tale. The night breathes slow, we set our sail. Through every chat and every laugh we weave a stream, a timeless path. Stay while the stars are bright, each word a spark that paints the night. Connection deep, it soars and sings. In this space, the heart takes wings. Hang out here beneath the glow, where time moves gently, hearts all flow. Secrets shared in a soothing tone. The night watch feels like home. Hang out here beneath the glow, where time moves gently, hearts all flow.